let's go ahead and pull back some of these windows and see what we've got. Alright, so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so that chat can get a better overview of the whole room.
Nice of you.
Okay, so as a reminder, so let's kind of fill this in for you guys, because it has been a few sessions since we last played. So, as you can see, there are numerous sets of stairs that go up. Each set of stairs goes up about 10 feet. So from where you guys are, this is 10 feet up, this is 10 feet up, this is 10 feet up. So Porthan de Wint, who's up here on this weird-looking pedestal at the very top, surrounded by his arcane blue magic, is about a good 30-plus feet above you guys.
Hey, Gore.
Okay? Uh-huh.
Are we supposed to be seeing this?
I was actually talking more for chat, but you know what? I can move you guys over.
You're saying you guys, so I just want to make sure.
Hey, you guys!
Yeah. There. Okay. Right, so I was just saying to chat that there's these stairs. Each set of stairs goes up 10 feet. So based on you guys being here, you've got 10, 20, 30. So he is about 30-something feet in the air.
What?
Resub high.
And Aaron, thank you for the resubbery. Much appreciated. Take your pants off, hit the hype. All right. So the other things that were of importance, I mean, there was a few different offshoots. This is where you put your wall of force that was over the blood pit that's right here. So we'll put that back in play for now. These were little flaming, like bracers. They were like large pots full of flame, which is the main illumination. The other things of most important note were these huge big spheres that seem to be crackling with a bluish purple energy, almost like some kind of Tesla ball or Tesla coil. They're sitting in a slightly dipped pedestal. So basically, being that they're big and round, the pedestal has got a slight basin in it that they're sitting on. And as I said, you could see that the energy just seemed to be flowing round and round these balls. They also seem to be slowly kind of moving, as if the energy was kind of giving them a little bit of a lift, almost like a friction cushion, that's allowing them to be able to be in motion, even though technically they're sitting still on this thing. So we're going to zoom back into where our heroes were, which is down here. And we had Thelonious down here, hiding behind the wall at the top of this staircase. We had Kyla Ward poking out behind this corner. Tolgar standing here behind this stone pillar. And two Babao demons that had crawled out of the bloodbath. Now, as a reminder, we are using dynamic lighting, and our players can only see what their tokens can see, not what you guys can see, so no spoilers, please. And before we go too far, if I can ask our players to make sure you hop out chat and close the stream, so you guys don't get to see anything that you shouldn't see. But just for you guys to kind of get an idea there in chat, if you want to know what sort of thing that they can actually see, so if we select Satch's token here, that's what Satch sees. Okay, he only sees where there is clear line of sight. So anything that's actually blocking vision, he can't see. Anything that's too far from him to see, he can't see. This is what Tolgar sees, which is even less.
It's like you don't see anything.
Of course, with all these illuminated pits, that's certainly helping. Further down here, we've got Thelonious Conch. He can see a fair bit because he's got I believe you've got a light spell up and running, haven't you?
Well, I have dark vision on.
Oh, dark vision. That's right. You put dark vision on.
But don't I have light on?
You put light on Tolgar?
Yes.
Yeah, my sword has light.
So I don't know if that's helping him right now.
That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
But right now, you've got a lot of
yes, I can see pretty well.
Bracers. So, and then last but not least, we've got Emlyn Sin, who is down here peering down this corridor, so he's really not seeing what's going on in the main chamber at the moment. All right. So right before we kick this off, you know what time it is? Get those initiative dice out, and let's get some initiative rolls.
All right, guys, this is for all the people who voted for me.
This is for all the marbles.
Are you effing kidding me?
Apparently not. Emlyn, Emlyn, you're dead last.
Did mine
Okay.
Tolgar, all
go?
right.
Oh, mine didn't go. I'll try again.
We got Tolgar on a 20.
Ooh, not
We
bad.
got Kyla on an impressive 24. And we
Nice.
have Theo on a 17. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll for the Babao demons. And this will be a roll for chat. So our heroes won't see this, but chat will. All right, they're going here. And now I need to make an all-important roll to see where Mr. Bad Guy might go. Alright, and he will go there on the initiative. Alright. Okay. Right, well, with that being said, so literally what had happened, the last thing that we remember, the wall of force descended and landed over the bloodbath. Two of the Babao demons were beginning to crawl out of it. They were ejected by the magic and thrown out. With that being said, as they plopped down with blood spattering from their dripping forms, as they were literally completely immersed in the stuff here just a moment ago, they turn around and with their long, gangly tongues, as if they're tasting the air much like a snake, and almost immediately will become fully aware that there are life forces and things of a delicious nature to be seen. That being said, even though all this has transpired, guess what that means? Kyla is gonna
What?
go first. So Kyla has initiative, which is a huge thing. For Kyla Ward to have a high initiative is a massive advantage for the whole party, because all kinds of fun things happen when Kyla goes first. So let's kick off some combat.
I call this the Han shot first build.
Right?
So,
All right, Kyla, what you want?
Feeling out a little bit just to get a better view around my friend Tolgar here, and yeah, that guy in front of him is gonna have a worse day as of right now.
Okay.
Just gonna go ahead and do a straight shot though. Hopefully my damage is enough to make some mark and help out, because that's all I really got.
Because you have the initiative, that means you get to go with advantage, correct?
Yep.
And if you get to go with advantage,
I get to apply sneak
you
attack,
also get to apply sneak attack. So lots of fun damage.
and I believe it's, well, I wouldn't be surprised, but if it were surprised, it would be an auto crit.
Ooh.
Since it's not.
All right. Okay. Well, the first arrow will fly through the air and strike the Babao demon in the shoulder. That's 11 points of piercing damage, but now you get to add all the fun stuff.
Yep, /R, 3d6. Goodness. Oh,
Nice.
10 additional points come from your sneak attack damage, so that's a total of 21.
That's
Ew.
That's my first shot.
Okay.
It does take a bit
Nothing
of-
close enough to Horde Breaker, so
So I'm gonna have to just take my second shot here then.
okay.
Hitting that red arrow that I got from the succubus for later,
Nice.
because I don't know what it does exactly, but I also don't know what that blue stuff is, and blue and red have been natural enemies for years.
That's very true. Ooh.
And that's a plug as well, so that's another 8 points.
And that
All right.
should do it.
Okay, well, as per normal, the demonic skin and protection from the Babao demons does make it to where they have some resistance to your mundane arrows. But 2 good shots definitely did do some damage and got its attention. Tolgar Wolfspine, you are next, sir.
Yes. I'm gonna pop around the corner here, seeing that Kyla is attacking it to my right.
Mhm.
I haven't raged yet, so I'm
and
going
remember,
to...
if you was to step backwards from there, that area down here is actually 10 foot down.
Yes. Okay. So
As
I'm
a
still
reminder,
on the.
in case you need
I'm
that
still
for
on the
tactical
floor, right?
reasons
Yeah.
or whatever.
Okay. Cool. And I'm going to charge past him and turn around and try to hit him from behind, and rage up as I hit him.
Okay.
I believe this is my final rage. So.
Okay, so it's important to note.
Yeah.
If you're gonna enrange now, if you go around without taking damage or go around without engaging in combat, then the rage will dissipate all on its own.
Right.
So
If
you
I don't
basically,
get hit or if I don't attack, right?
Yep. If you don't attack something, or fail to take damage or whatever,
Okay.
then your enrage can go bye.
Yes.
So
Last rage.
do you want? I mean,
So
are you?
horrifying?
So if you're, so just
Yeah,
it's just
I
a friendly
got it.
DM reminder. So if you want to hold it, you can. But if you do use it, just bear that in mind when you're thinking. You're going to want to make sure you can tactfully maneuver to be able to stay
Where are
in
these-
combat.
Yeah, are these 5 foot squares?
Are
they 5 foot squares?
These are 10-foot squares.
Squares. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So go in from behind. I will use it.
Okay.
And swing twice at its back.
Alrighty.
Tongues
2
for my necklace.
solid strikes. So that will do. Okay, now remember your boon that you were granted means that you do get to do extra damage to demon kind.
Nice.
So you get to add an extra D8.
Thanks, Devil Daddy.
And for each hit, so
Three.
that makes the
Oh,
first
another
one
one.
15. So this makes the first one 18, and
Yeah.
the second one
Jeez.
It's all right.
It's okay. It's
17.
okay.
All that extra, you know,
Hey, it's all good stuff.
Rawr.
all adds up.
Alrighty. So let's see. You've got. Okay. That one is definitely bloodied, but still very much in the fray. Thelonious Conch, my dear wizard.
Okay, so I will ask you of this. I was trying to hide behind the corner.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I was trying to not be seen by the demon that was coming out.
I would say without any rolls necessary if that was your intention, because A, there's the little stairs, which means you were a little lower.
Okay.
And B, you did it before they actually got out. And they were
Yes.
kind of forcibly ejected out, so it wasn't like they were very aware as they came out. So
Yes.
100% I would say at this time, you can clearly tell their eyes are not looking at you. They're not resting at you.
Perfect. Okay, so these crackling Tesla-like balls up here,
Mhm.
can I sense or see if they are magical? Would I be able to tell that from where I am? Like if they're not so much science as more magic?
I would say without a roll, you can definitely tell they are magical.
Okay, so I don't like the looks of these things at all. And being able to see that barrier up there, Thelonious has got his little gears a moving. So I'm actually going to cast Dispel Magic on the one on the right here,
Okay.
while still being hidden from sight from the one that's directly above me there.
Alrighty.
I'm going to take a shot here
Okay.
with that. So I will pop that up for chat. You're welcome, chat. There you go.
Okay, so you choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower of the target effect. For each spell of 4th level or higher of the target makes an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC is 10 plus the spell's level. Okay. Basically, you will need a...
I am going to cast it at level 4,
Okay.
just to let you know, because I got some level 4 skills slots to burn. And being poor Thanduin, I assume it's a higher magic level, so I'm gonna throw a little more oomph into it.
Let's see.
I mean, these might just be mundane crackling balls.
Does that?
That's fine. I'd rather give him a little more juice than not.
Well, if you put more oomph into them, I don't know that helps you. Does it with Dispel Magic? Or
does it not? I thought it did. I'm sorry. Maybe let me check.
Because I think Dispel Magic is just any spell of 3rd level or lower and the target ends, which...
when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on a target if the target's spell level is equal to or less than the level of spell slot you use.
Right, okay.
So I did do 4.
Okay, so if you are doing it at 4, it's still higher than 4. So,
okay.
So that's what I'm saying. The actual DC part won't change. So your DC you're going to need is going to be 17.
Okay.
And you're using your spell casting ability. So it's D20 plus your intelligence.
Does proficiency factor into that at all, or no?
So it's just D20 plus 3. That's it.
Let's see. Hang on. For each spell of 4th level or higher, the target makes the ability spell casting ability DC equals to. Check the spell ends. Yeah, it's an ability check using your spell casting ability.
Oh, it's just plus 3, just intelligence.
Yeah.
Sugar. Okay, well, here we go.
Come on,
There it is.
Oh, damn it.
All right, no. What I can tell you is, just by the effects, you can tell that there is some seriously potent magic at work on those things.
Okay, that gives me a lot of information, though, so that's okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, you hit it with the Dispel Magic, and there's, like, not even a dimming. Like, sometimes when you fail, it'll diminish a little bit, but then bounce back as the anti-magic tries to affect it. This literally didn't put a dent in it. It just didn't even phase it. Your spell hit it, and just went fizzled against the orb. All right. With that, do you wish to move or do anything, or?
No, I do not. I still want to stay out of sight. I'm going to be focusing on that. I'm not.
Okay, so you were kind of leant around the corner, dispelled magic, and tucked back in. Is what you're kind of saying.
Yeah, but I think I would have been able to hold. Oops, I didn't mean to move myself. Hold my position as an angle to see that ball without exposing myself to the above.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yep, not a problem. Alrighty. It is the Babao demon's turn to react. So here's what's going to happen. This one will just spin around to deal with whatever it is that just attacked it. This one. So I'm going to just do something here, and I'm going to draw myself a very straight line from his head.
Oh.
I don't believe he can see you.
Is that where you are?
Yeah.
I don't believe he could actually, because of where that wall is, you're just out of sight for him, so he can't see you, Emlyn. He is unaware, so what he is in fact going to do instead, he is going to do his movement. He is going to go down to here, drop down, run across here, and he will climb up to here, and that will be his move.
Oh, okay.
This one is going to use his devilish claws to try to rip Tolgar apart with his limbs.
I puff my chest out for him.
Well, that's nice of you, because that makes it a little easier to hit.
Go for his chesticle. Yeah.
Go for that loinberry.
All right, yeah. Okay, so the Babao rears back its first claw and swipes at you. Ooh. Is that a hit?
Uh-huh. That's a hit.
Alrighty, and the second claw.
Oh, I'm glad I raged.
Yummy. Alrighty, so we are looking at D8 plus 8.
Maybe I shouldn't have puffed my chest out for you.
Made it easier for him to hit, right?
In retrospect, maybe that
Well,
wasn't...
it really isn't that bad. A grand total of 13 points, but in your enraged form, you will only take half of that rounded down. So, 6 points. 'Tis but a scratch, Tolgar.
That would almost kill me at this point.
Nothing like starting an epic end final boss fight on low health, right?
Oh my god, I'm terrified.
Hey.
All right.
I think that's all of this.
So at this point, your friendly enemy wizard, Porthan de Wint, who is still up there, seems somewhat infuriated. You see him raising his hand and yelling things. You can decide what you think he might be yelling, but apparently sound is not leaving his bubble at this point. So you don't actually hear what he says.
A real company.
But you do kind of notice him glance to the left and glance to the right, as if he's trying to look for possibly something else going on inside the chamber. Emlyn Sin, what do you want to do?
Oblivious to everything happening in the main chamber, I am pursuing this offshoot. I'm gonna move my movements. Ugh.
All right. So you can move 30. You can dash 60 if that's what you wish.
Well, I don't want to dash into something I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're able to look as you run, so.
Right. So yeah, I'm going to kind of enter this antechamber and look around, and that's kind of my whole movement, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe just entering a little bit.
Pretty much it is what it looks like. It is a circular chamber. There's an archway to the right in the northernmost wall, a flight of stairs that goes up to a seemingly mundane-looking balcony that would be 10 foot above, and there's a couple of pillars in the chamber that are kind of just supporting the roof.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I'm doing. Exciting turn.
Alrighty. And we'll go back to the main chamber, where we will go back to Kyla Ward.
Ooh, that's me. Okay.
So yeah, you will be aware of two large talons suddenly appear at the edge of the dip, and then this thing pulls itself up, looks to the left and right, and then athletically uses its arms to propel itself up into the air and lands in a predatory crouch fashion, like licking the
That's
air
cute.
as it does so.
Well, after hearing that description, I can't do anything else now, can I? I'm going to go ahead and cast Zephyr Strike, because it's the funniest thing I can do to this bastard.
Okay.
So no attacks of opportunity, and yeah. Just saying no to them. I'm going to run right by him.
Okay.
Just kind of make fun of him for a second here. Twist around, probably plug this one in the back here.
All right. So you're going to run over there and, yep, you're correct. With Zephyr Strike, basically your movement is such that you do not provoke attacks of opportunity. So you can move to there, shoot the one Tolgar is trying to battle with. So go ahead and take a shot at him.
Right in the back. And I'm going to apply the advantage roll with the effect and the plus 1d8 force damage.
Yep.
Which is awesome. And since it's with an advantage, it also gets...
You get the force damage and the crit. Not crit. The
Sneak
attack damage. Yep.
Yeah. So here goes this attack roll that I've been waiting for all my life.
Oh, it's a good solid
Cool.
blow for
Very
14.
nice.
So you maxed out your arrow damage.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was one away from doing a lot more.
All right, so you're going to put 3d6 on that plus the force damage.
Plus 1d8. And here it goes.
Nice. All right.
Wow.
Okay. How'd you want to kill him?
Oh, well, if it's going to kill him, then I guess I'll be running up and then I'll shoot him in the back with the arrow. It'll kind of explode in a nice blue, like that kind of greenish blue, you know, it's like not quite teal. And then I'm just going to run up, kind of like grab, as I approach, I'm going to like see him falling and be like, oh, I don't need to do much more. And I'm going to start running over his body as he falls, and I'm going to get to the other side of him alongside Tolgar.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself.
Around. to fire one more time on the guy behind me now.
Alright, so basically you kind of run up behind him, shoot him in the back almost at point blank. He falls on the ground, you run straight over his corpse, spin around behind Tolgar,
And I pull Legolas and fire my
let
second
another arrow loose at your new friend.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well done.
Legless move.
like legless.
Kyla Legolas.
Legless.
No
Legolas.
legs.
Alright, well, it's a hit.
Legolas.
The legs are twigs. I don't know if you saw the character art. So.
Right. Okay. And the arrow kind of brushes past this thing. Literally, as the arrow flies towards it, it turns. The shaft of the arrow just kind of hits it on the side of the head and bounces off. Does little to no damage, but it did definitely get its attention. Tolgar.
You stole my kill, and I'm just gonna run towards this one to try to take this one's life.
Okay.
I want that tongue.
I know.
And I'm gonna go ahead and attack twice on this
Alrighty.
one. A little angry that I didn't get to kill the last one.
Yep, 2 solid hits for a grand total of 38
Oh,
points
plus my
of damage, and
2d8.
additional 2d8.
How do you want
For
to
another Nice.
I wish.
Okay, yeah, so basically every time Tolgar strikes one of these things, his veins kind of bulge and go like black just for a half a second as he strikes.
Shoop, 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 shoop.
Okay, Thelonious.
I'm so now I'm double thinking that. Okay, so right now the only one that I can see alive is this one right here, the one Tolgar's engaged with.
Seemingly, yes.
Okay, that just means that I can see here.
Mhm.
Okay, well, unfortunately, that concentration's taking up a lot of stuff I could be doing. So I'm going to use, to help out, I'm just going to shoot a firebolt at the demon that Tolgar's fighting.
Right.
That's what I'm going to do.
Alrighty, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, which you can absolutely do as long as you don't cast another concentration spell.
Right,
Your
which-
Wall of Force stays put, so you're good.
This is not, so
Yep, let him have
that's
it.
kind of my main concern is that Wall of Force being up. Oh, boy.
Ooh.
That's enough, though, as the blast of fire will fly through the air.
Those low rolls, though. Ouch.
And,
Just-
what was that? Fire bolt, you said?
Firebolt, correct.
All right.
No, Fireball, I'm just going to take everyone out.
Okay,
Yeah.
Firebolt hits the thing for 11 points of fiery, burny damage. Alrighty. Okay. Any movement from you?
From what?
No, I
for
think
Theo.
I'm pretty safe back here, so...
Okay, so you're staying put. You're just going to use your action to cast a spell and hold off. Alrighty. So up atop the chamber, as you can see. So when you first walked in, if you remember, he had part of a jade tablet, which you guys have a piece of. And he is doing something with that jade tablet. It looks like he's like chanting, and he keeps glancing down at the tablet like he's trying to glean some kind of incitement from the thing. But that's really all he is doing. He is paying attention to what's going on, because periodically you can see him like... So he's aware, but he's not allowing it to kind of distract him from whatever it is he's up to. Okay, let's go down here to Emlinson.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm gonna find something as I'm running that I could use to depower the thing protecting Porthin. So I guess I'm just using my dash action to kind of run.
All right.
With the full movement, I will be able to get here. It's up
Okay.
here.
So- Oh, I just blew up Emlyn. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
So for chat, this is basically what Emlyn can see ahead of him. Not a whole lot right now. Long, dark corridors. Okay.
I'm also listening to see if I hear anything demonic or evil, I guess.
And I actually forgot to do the Babao demon before I went to Emlyn, so
Oh, well, yeah.
it's obvious what it's going to do. It is just going to take a couple
I
of
puff out my chest again.
swipes at the mighty Tolgar.
Yes.
That's a miss.
I puff it out even more.
I like to imagine what's
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically it swipes at you as you kind of puff your chest out. It swipes, and then you can kind of like, just kidding. As you pull your chest muscles back, and the claws barely miss. And then in frustration, it makes a huge haymaker that kind of comes overhead, but you very easily just twist your torso to make it miss you, and you feel little but nothing more than the swish of air as its powerful arm comes gliding down beside you. All right, back to Kyla.
Oh, that makes it hard for me, doesn't it? Just out of, I guess, more curiosity than anything. So I'm going to mark forth then with my Hunter's Mark. I'll go ahead and populate that real quick.
Pop up Hunter's Mark for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that is not a problem. So until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 points of damage to a creature you can see, whether you hit with a weapon attack. Alright, yeah, so you can clearly see him. There's nothing that says that Hunter's Mark won't affect him, so consider him marked.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and shoot a regular old, plain old, nothing on it arrow at him from where I'm at to see what happens, because I'm pretty sure nothing.
Okay. I just want to test the waters and see if that blue protective circle actually offers any protection against flying missiles. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just affects magic. Who knows?
Maybe
Perfect.
it doesn't. Maybe it's just got a little hole in it, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Maybe it's all a ruse de guerre. There's absolutely nothing.
He just put it there so that we'd all think he was fine.
Right,
but really, it wasn't even that good a shot.
Okay, yeah, the arrow flies towards it, but as soon as it hits it, what actually happens is the arrow just goes and kind of incinerates from the tip all the way back. Pretty much like, if you remember the dome that was protecting the tower, it reacted exactly how that did. So it's clearly the same sort of magic, just on a smaller scale.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, after seeing that, is I'm gonna dip around back here to try and get a vantage. And as I'm doing that, I'm getting the red arrow out and dipping it in the demon blood.
Okay. This right here is plenty high enough that as long as you stay close to it, he's high enough that he can see over it, but if you're close enough to it, he can't, because it's taller than you are.
Yeah, I was thinking ultimately climbing up this edge and then working
Yeah, that's just a 10-foot raise. So
So I'm just using my movement to get kind of behind it, and right now I'm just pulling out this arrow. I've got that weird red arrow that I assume does something, because it was kept in a separate thing. I'm dipping it in some of
getting it ready. Now you say the red arrow. You're talking about the one that you got from the succubus.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm dipping it in the demon blood because I've noticed demon blood can go through blue things that sparkle.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that'll maybe do something.
Okay.
And getting ready for my next move.
Sounds like a Hail Mary shot to me. All right, Tolgar, you're here locked.
Locked in combat.
Locked in combat with this Babal.
In Mortal Kombat.
Yes. So, I have one move, and I'm great at it. So, I'm going to attack with my longsword.
Okay. Both will hit, which would be a grand total of 33 points of damage. Put 2d8 additional on top of that. Okay.
Ow! Okay.
5. But that is enough. How do you dispatch this one?
As I swipe it with both swords, and it like goes falls down backwards. As it's falling backwards, I grip onto its dumb tongue that's sticking out and rip it out.
And rip it out. So basically, as it falls backwards, you use the weight of this thing and its inertia against itself to tear its tongue from its head. Okay. You do so with your extra momentum. It falls, bounces down off the balcony, and goes to a loud at the bottom, 10 foot below. Okay, it is dealt with. Thelonious.
Wait. I spin around and I start running this way.
Okay. All right. Thelonious.
Okay, now, as you know, Thelonious is an absolute wonder boy when it comes to magic. I just want to preface that, make sure that we're all on the same page with that fact. Now, with that in mind, would I be able to tell? You said that these balls are crackling blue light, correct?
It's kind of like a purpley blue static that's kind of constantly sparking around him, much like a Tesla ball. That's the best way I can describe
Okay.
it.
With Thelonious's cunning and knack for figuring out difficult situations and pieces of the puzzle together, can I ascertain in some way that those are powering that same magic that is causing his barrier to protect him?
Give me an arcane knowledge check.
Okay. Oops, I did not mean to move out there.
That's all right.
I just
Roll
want to make sure.
well,
I'm like,
please.
huh? Oh, roll well. Sure.
But do your best.
Arcane knowledge check. Come on, Theo. You got this, baby.
17. Okay, so
Yeah,
pretty
that's-
good. I would say you're definitely on the right track. It would be feasible in your mind to believe, okay, the type of energy that we saw upstairs, the way that it had those arcs that were black. Remember the beams that had the balls on the top? These kind of, your brain is thinking these are kind of probably like giant balls that are powering it. The only thing is, there's nothing that's actually kind of conduiting from the balls to him, which is the one thing that makes you a little bit, because upstairs it was obvious, like the balls were shooting an arc into the center, right? But
Right.
here that's not happening. They're just sitting there slowly rotating all by themselves on a bed of static. But there's nothing that's actually flying over to connect with him or the dome of protection that surrounds him. But you are convinced somehow they are the key to that dome.
Well, then, being so convinced, I'm going to cast a spell magic again, but I'm turning up the power, baby! Level 5. I'm going to cast it.
On,
The same ball I shot at before.
okay, you're going to need 17 again.
God bless it. Okay. Even at level 5?
Yep.
I just cast it at the lowest level and just do this every turn.
I mean, would that make more
What
sense?
does it do? I don't understand. To
Yeah, does it,
Well,
so
what it
does
does
not
is
make
if you
sense to
cast it
crank
at
it
a
up
higher
then?
level, it means that it auto-dispels spells of a higher level. But,
So it doesn't help me at all.
but only
At a higher level.
If this was a level 5 spell, and you cast it at level 5, you don't need to roll. You auto-dispel it. If you cast it at level 4, you auto-dispel at level 4.
I understand. Well, if that's the case, I would just keep it at level 4 then, if that's okay.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
thought it helped me if I cast it
No.
higher.
It doesn't help you on the actual roll. All it does is make it to where it's less likely that you need to roll.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I would just cast it. I'd cast it at level. Still
I
cast
would
it
say
level-
that's feasible because after casting it last time, you were very aware that
It did
this is a
nothing.
very powerful spell.
Yeah. It did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what level is it? Level 3. Okay. Then I'm just gonna cast it at level 3. Then that's
Okay.
the base level I can cast it.
All right, you need a 17.
Okay. D20 plus 3. Here we go. 17, baby. Come on, Theo. Yes!
Natural 20. Alrighty.
you got it.
Let's go! Double digits, baby!
Yeah.
Okay. So here's actually what happens. We're gonna make an adjustment here. I can't wait, incidentally, till we do the after show so I can explain this whole room.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited.
So
I feel like I'm just ruining it by haphazardly.
No. If you don't, I never believe in creating creating a scenario that can only be beaten in one specific way, because that basically just means all your ingenuity goes out the window. It's either guess how I designed it or fail, right? That's not feasible. So I always like to come up with multiple ways that this can be done, and that is a perfectly viable way to do this. So here's what's going to happen.
Theo with the shot, boy.
Now it is a mundane ball.
Theo with the shot.
All right.
boy.
So basically, the ball goes, and the static fails from it, and it just goes clonk into the hole. So it is no longer moving. It is now just a very large and heavy stone ball. Okay.
Oh yes.
Emlyn Sin.
Here's me being useless, yay! That's the Theo's like doing everything. I'm gonna use my dash action to get up to this to see what's in here. Hopefully not getting attacked in the process.
All right. Okay. What you see in this chamber is a lot more interesting. It is two large kind of divots, kind of ruined. There is glowing blue energy around the edges of them. It's a kind of like a little dip, sort of about the right size that a huge big stone ball might fit into.
Oh, okay.
And there's what appears to be glowing blue runes circling around the edge of the indentation.
Okay, as not knowing what's happening in the other room, is they both are glowing, both these divots?
Yes.
Okay. Can I try to discern what those runes say?
You can do a arcane knowledge check. Knowledge arcana.
What I will try to do?
Natural 20. Okay, and I actually owe a couple of natural 20s here, so let's get these in.
My turn.
Arcane power.
Natural 20!
Oh, is this something?
Yeah.
So,
I can cast spells too.
Lame, I know.
that's interesting. Alright, so Thelonious, you actually got the first natural 20 of the night.
I did.
And let me go ahead and credit.
Thank goodness. Wait, do that again. Do that again.
Felonious Con.
Man.
My little hair wiggle.
If you get on the snuggler.
Just the right enough wave of movement, you know? Just enough.
There you go. So if you bet on Snuggler, you guys that did right there, you won gold. So congrats.
And if you didn't?
You did that for each other.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to describe this. You used to be, for a period of time, Porthan DeWint's apprentice.
Yes.
Okay. With a natural 20, I'm kind of going to give you some very valuable insight here.
Resub high.
What's up, Flanzic? Thank you for the resub, my friend. 21 months. Much love. Take your pants off. Hit the hype.
Thanks, Brian.
Okay. So, you remember this. In all those times that you used to peruse his arcane tomes, listen to his arcane mumblings as he tried to do various different things, this was some form of alteration circle. He used to work on this particular thing. You recognize many of the runes, recognize the symbols, that clearly if something goes into this circle, it will be fundamentally changed. It could be a numerous number of things it could be fundamentally changed into, but clearly the intent is something is put in this circle for a reason.
So if I go in there, something might happen? I mean,
And if it does,
would it be safe for me? I guess probably not, right? Being his
It would be
apprentice.
fair to assume that it was probably designed for a very specific purpose. It may not have any effect on a person unless it was designed for a person.
Okay.
On the other hand, there's no guarantees of that whatsoever.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I have an idea in mind, but I'll do that next turn.
All right. Okay. Let's go back to the main chamber now. Initiative isn't so important because we're not in combat, but it will at least keep us deciding who's doing what. So let me go ahead and kill this combat theme. Now we're out of combat. During combat, 6 seconds passes each round. Out of combat, clock is ticking. And the reason I'm saying that is because of this. And I'm keeping eye on the stopwatch. Okay. So Kyla, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna keep doing what I was thinking of doing. I'm gonna try and climb up this edge here.
Okay. Yep, you're dexterous enough and light enough to jump up, grab hold, and pull yourself up. That'll take half your movement, and then you can move around by all means.
I'm just gonna kind of sneak around and oh, look, stairs. Wow. I didn't know about those. I'll get up there.
Okay. Yep, they will lead you up the stairs to the large circular platform that contains the big stone ball.
Oh.
Tolgar Wolfspine. Okay. What do you want to do, Tolgar? Because, you know,
Hello.
enrage
I
and stuff.
run straight towards. Okay, he's on a platform. Right?
He is
And
three levels above you, so he's 30 feet higher than you.
Yeah, so I start running.
Okay.
Taking the path, I guess, stairs.
Uh-huh. So which
I
way
guess
is this?
we're doing a dash move here.
Okay.
So I don't know how many.
So
go.
basically, your movement is what, 30?
40.
40, then you can move 8 squares, basically.
Okay.
'Cause each square is 10 feet.
So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I make it to here.
Okay, so you basically start running as fast as you can to get yourself to that point. Okay, you won't take any damage or anything from that. Thelonious Conch.
Okay, so do I sense that this barrier has weakened at all around him?
No. Didn't seem to affect the barrier.
What? Okay. Did I get a hint? Did I sense anything like that? You know what I mean? Like, could I sense that powering that one down did anything at all around me?
Give me a intelligence. Give me a straight intelligence roll.
Straight intelligence. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. That's D20 plus 3 again. So same one as before. Ooh,
19.
nice.
Good roll. Okay. After seeing the ball drop and hit the ground, realizing that the magical energies are somehow probably tied to this thing, some kind of... You're not so sure now that the magical energy that you dispelled wasn't to make the ball mobile, that, like, more than anything. Because remember, the ball was kind of floating on almost like on a wave of static electricity. You removed that static electricity, so now it has become, it's just lost its frictionless surface with the concrete, and now with the stone, and now it's just dumped itself down into the hole. So probably what you've done is, for whatever reason that thing was supposed to be mobile, you've diminished that. Now it's possible that it needed to be mobile, like some kind of continuing generator, some kind of and maybe over time that might slowly whittle it down. Maybe it's a backup. Maybe one is enough to fuel the thing. Or maybe getting rid of the static isn't actually what's going to bring that field down.
Okay. And it's
maybes.
Yeah, and it's made out of.
Yeah, these are just kind of some of the thoughts, the processes going through your head. Like,
can I sense any sort of magic coming from the stones themselves, the balls themselves?
Not that you can kind of see from here. I mean, you could either actually cast detect magic on them, or maybe get closer.
I'm gonna get closer.
There's no visible magic on this stone anymore, for sure.
Yeah, I don't see any enemies, so I'm gonna start getting closer. And see, I can get about here with my movement. Actually, I'm still gonna kind of.
If you want to dash, you can get 6 squares, but if you just want to,
I just want to start kind of inching myself closer, and I want to see if I can get, or tell me where I would need to be close enough to actually like investigate to see if I can sense magical properties.
What's the range on your detect magic spell? And there's
detect
your
magic
answer.
spell. It's a detect magic is a concentration spell. Did not know that, so I'm not using it anyways. Well, that's my question: is am I able to get a distance enough to where I can just like sense it being someone who uses magic?
I would say, with it being that there's nothing visible, No. You would literally need detect magic to sense anything from it. I mean, if you got right up to it, maybe you could feel something coming from it, but you're going to have to get close. This one, on the other hand, you know that it's magical, because you can see the magic. So that's why I didn't require you to cast a spell to do it.
So if I dashed up there, I wouldn't be able to... Okay, because I can go another... What's my 30, I think?
Yeah, you can do another 3 squares.
Okay, so that would
Get to like here.
Oh, can I go across to here? This way?
That's a 10-foot drop there, so you'd have to lower
I mean
yourself.
up and over is what I mean. Like 15 to here, and then...
Oh, you want to climb over your wall of force?
Well, can I just walk across it?
It's elevated, right? Panels.
I thought I had it right on top of the thing.
You know, he does. He has it kind of...
Yeah.
No.
It's
It
more
was
just
only,
like a
it was
hot
only a
tub
slightly
cover.
raised bath, so it's not very high up.
Oh my god.
So
Just walk over the blood.
Yeah, well, it's
so
like it's
technically,
almost,
yes. If you want to walk across your wall of force, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing can pass through the wall.
Right.
Doesn't say it hurts anybody to touch it, or
No.
that it becomes impossible for you to walk over it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm using it
Do
like
that.
a bridge. So I
Sure.
would get up and to the edge of it right there is where I
Okay.
get.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, because this is kind of interesting now.
Okay.
All right, when you're here, you can see at least 4 or 5 demonic
Oh my
heads
God.
going.
Yeah, I know what's going on down there.
They're all trying. So it seems to be like
So creepy.
the entire time that this has been happening, more and more of these demons are queuing up to burst out. Pretty much, this would have been a never-ending flow of demons coming out if you had not done this. Upon seeing them, however, in your mind registers the urgency. This thing will not last forever.
Right.
Okay, so carry on with your movement.
Okay. Oh, yikes. All right, so I'm going to get... I can get about here.
Right. Incidentally, one of them was definitely not a Babao demon. It had more like a vulture-ish type head, and it was bigger. But you're not exactly sure what it was, because
No, and I
it
wasn't really
kept,
paying
like,
attention.
you kept only really seeing the top part of its head.
Okay. Okay, if I'm close enough to be able to sense something now, that's fine. If not, I'll wait till my next turn.
No, because this is 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Because that's
I
like a
just wanted to
20-foot thing, so you'd actually have to get up there to it. Okay.
All right, just want to get closer to it.
No problem. During all this time, poor Thandawin is continuing to do whatever it was he is doing with the Jade tablet. All right, Emlyn Sin, you are up here in this chamber on your little tour of the temple, all by yourself. Okay.
So with my 20, I'd be smart enough to know that if I cast a spell at these runes, it probably wouldn't break them or hurt them, right? I mean,
No.
so I'm going to do something that
I mean, unless you dispel them. A dispel magic might.
Well, I don't have dispel, unfortunately. A counter spell. I'm going to do something that'll probably piss off 10% of chat right now. I'm going to take out my rock elemental,
Okay.
spawn it, and send it in.
Hell yeah, dude!
All right. You want to summon a rock elemental?
Yes, so using the magical item, I'm basically going to send it in to see what happens. And I bet some people in chat are like, "You're destroying it, possibly! How dare you!" But you know what?
Dude, it's just a dumb rock baby.
Yeah. Big dumb rock baby.
And I'm going to say,
There you go.
I'm
Have
going to
an
tell it before it
elemental.
goes in there, if you turn evil, don't hurt me.
All right.
or
So
any
what
of my
was
friends.
what was the magic item that you had?
So I picked up a pet rock, basically, which I learned that if I threw it, I could spawn a rock elemental, an earth elemental.
Yeah. It turns
Do my
into an
bidding.
elemental, right?
You got a Geo dude.
I got a Geodude. Whose name is Mr. Pebbles. If
Okay.
I mentioned that before.
All right. So
And-
you want to cast your rock on the floor?
And say, if you appear anywhere and you see Poor Tentawin, kill him. If it's anyone else, no. Unless it's a demon. And I'm
Okay.
going to send it in.
So
Let's see what happens.
You tell it you want it to go and step in this circle.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my god.
So here's a weird thing, because this is kind of this thing was very specifically designed to affect stone.
Oh shit.
He
Wait,
is
what?
stone. This is what happens. He pretty much metamorphs into a glowing orange stone. Like, he steps in it, he goes, and it makes him it basically turns him into a sphere, and then the sphere illuminates from the inside, almost as if it is some kind of glowing lava ball. Now, unbeknownst to anybody else, in the main chamber, so without Shagget being obviously aware of what you're aware, the blue sphere around him kind of shudders for a moment. You see it like go and shudder. It broke his concentration. He was... What just happened? And a very worried look goes across Porthan de Wint's face. It's so obvious for those of you glaring up at him to see this concerned look. And then he looks back at the thing, and now he starts to speak like at a hyped up speed. He's like, you can see now he's got renewed vigor, and he's rattling out these words faster than he was before, like he's trying to rush his way through some kind of incantation. Meanwhile, what do you want to do, Kyla?
Well, seeing Tolgar running up at the guy, and knowing Tolgar has an affinity for blue barriers, I was gonna kind of hold my shot and wait for him to probably push him out of there. At which point I would light him up. Yeah.
Paul Stone, thanks for the cheer button. Alright, so you're going to basically stand there at the edge of that thing, hold your action, and wait.
Mm-hmm. Seeing him look confused, I kind of get excited. Like, maybe.
Alright, Tolgar, what do you want to do?
Alright. I think my rage is ended.
You are unraged, yes.
I am using a dash action. I start charging up these stairs.
Okay.
I am using my feet charger, because when you use an action to dash, you could use a bonus action to make one melee attack or shove a creature.
Right, okay, hold on.
Okay. I'm still working on the dash move, but as I unrage and I think to myself, I think this is the same blue barrier, and I go, here we go.
Okay, so as a reminder, the blue barrier that was around the tower that looked similar to this.
Yeah.
Anything that touched the blue barrier was basically fried. But they found out that Tolgar, after he had made that demonic pact, when he tried to go through the barrier, it kind of demonized him. His demon blood kind of came to the surface, and he was able to go through that barrier. So the logic, I think, what Tolgar's going through his head is if he could get through that barrier,
oh my God,
maybe he can go through this barrier. It's not the stupidest thing you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But then
It's Tolgar.
it is Tolgar,
Yeah,
so it is very
okay.
Tolgar-esque.
I try to charge right through the barrier.
All right. Well, if you also remember, when you hit that other barrier, it was a lot of effort to actually go through it.
Yeah.
You like, as soon as you hit this barrier, this is what does happen.
Oh God.
All of a sudden, once again, you feel your vertebrae bust out of your back as they become back spines. You feel horns break from your skull and into the air. You basically feel your coccyx suddenly grow and burst out of the back of your The little pointy bit at the base of your ass.
Okay.
Suddenly goes all long and turns into a long demonic tail. And you feel your teeth kind of sharpen and bust into your mouth. Your eyes kind of go dark, and everything becomes like infrared as you start to push through this barrier. Okay. But amazingly, doesn't hurt you. So it seems to somehow be actively working. Maybe this is why the demon did this all along. Maybe he knew you needed this power to be able to deal with his... Because if you remember what had happened was this individual, Porthan de Wint, had tried to trap that demon, tried to enslave him. And he wanted revenge on Porthan. That's why he gave you that power. That's why he gave Kyla a flask of his blood that for some reason would help you, which now you know it does because it helps kill other demons. So clearly there's method to this man's madness. Okay, so Thelonious, as you witness all of this going on, what do you want to do?
I'm still just kind of set on getting as close to this ball as possible. What would be the fastest way from here to get up there?
For
most
you,
feasible for
probably
me.
up these stairs. Jesus.
Jesus.
I mean,
Okay.
you in theory could go here and pull yourself up, but the stairs are right there, so... And you're an old man. Would you really want to leap up and try to pull yourself up a 10-foot ledge when there's stairs right next to you?
No, and that's so I can get there. Well, I mean, if I can get here,
Get you
that's
about
30,
here.
and dash.
Dash, yeah.
Well, okay, and then dash
If that's
over.
where you want to go.
Yeah, so I want to basically go the 30 here,
Okay.
and then the 10-ish here, and
All
then
right.
would I be able to climb up that last little bit? Or is
You
that-
could
is that elevated?
you could try to pull yourself up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. I just want to get right up next to this thing.
Okay. What is your strength?
11, not terrible.
Wow.
Okay, but not enough for you not to have to roll, so you will need to
Yeah.
make a strength check to pull yourself up there.
Oh, I figured as much. Okay.
So, yeah, go for
So
it.
straight D20 then, because I got a +0. The strongest wizard of all time!
Okay, for some reason, the adrenaline that's rushing through your body right now is giving you a lease of vigor. You feel young, as if the world was
Wow.
new.
This
As
is your
you are
comeback.
able to pull and
Coming for
heave
that, baby.
yourself up the ledge, you're surprised even to yourself.
Natural 20!
So you will get up there.
19 more 20s and you'll beat me.
75-year-old climbing.
Oh, sure.
things.
Nice.
I could roll 19 more times easily.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got this.
That's the good news. The bad news is ain't no mojo coming off this thing that you can feel.
Cool, that's all right.
But at least you know that now, huh?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there wasn't anything else I was going to do
All right,
anyway.
Emlyn.
So
Osmer,
this-
appreciate the cheer, dude. Okay, so you're in a chamber now with your what was once a rock elemental and is now turned into a large glowing orb.
All right. Can I discern whether it's lost forever altered, or if this is just temporary because it's still within that sphere, that circular runes, or whether it was because it was magical that it worked or not? I'm just gonna start trying to do deductive shit and basically throw a whole bunch of stuff from my backpack into the other circle.
Like
see-
what?
Well, so a rope, some boots, flint and steel, and some ink.
Okay,
Basically.
so pretty much
Just
what you're doing
tossing
now
stuff.
is this turn, you reach into your backpack and you just start discarding random crap into this divot.
Yes.
And yes, nothing fun is happening with that.
One
at
of them
all.
is flint, though.
Yeah,
That is
but-
rock based, no?
It's a little tiny piece of flint. No, it's not doing anything.
Okay, so kind of weirded out, and without answers, I'm going to use my movement basically to try to get. We'll see if this, for starters, goes the way I hope it goes, which I think it will. That's
Yeah, I mean,
first.
logic, it can't go too far, so.
So yeah, I'm gonna seek out Thelonious. Actually,
Okay. All right. Kyla.
Thelonious just did a full-ass kip-up in front of me, and I'm like, this isn't a good time for distraction, friend. And I'm gonna have to actually
What's up? It looks
adjust
like
my
a raid
lights.
is going on. What's going on, guys?
So I'm gonna work my way back around and try and get.
I think that's a raid.
Thank you guys. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
An overzealous mod, when he thought it was some kind of Punish Us Dungeon Master, thought it might be some kind of BDSM stuff. I guess I don't know. The guy that we, the guy that accidentally raided us and just got timed out. We're so sorry. Don't do it, Dungeon Daddy. Right? That's funny, dude. Yeah, we're not gonna let you live this one down for a little while, Paul. Yeah, welcome, Raiders. Good to see you guys. Okay, so yeah, Kyla.
Yes.
So what were you doing?
I worked my way
Sorry.
around here because Thelonious was suddenly right in between me and the thing I wanted to shoot. And yeah, I'm just gonna hold my shot for when I think he's probably gonna get punted out of that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tolgar.
Hey, yeah.
All right,
So, do I make it through the barrier?
Well, here's the thing. So as soon as you start coming through the barrier,
Yeah.
she'll be coming through the barrier when she comes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh wow!
Oh my God.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Now that it turns out he knows enlarged person, why not?
All right. No. As soon as you start busting your way through the barrier, he is fully aware of that. So he is going to turn around to face you. Okay.
Okay.
Face me like a bat.
And you are now on the inside, and you
Okay.
hear a very crackly, muffled sound. Doesn't sound like a person's voice so much because it's so static and so kind of muffled inside the magical sphere. But it definitively started out by saying, "Oh, to hell with it!" And he begins to transform in front of you.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. I'm so dead.
boy.
Oh no. And you can't rage. Oh.
No.
But aren't you like a demon now?
Well, only
Yeah,
when I'm
he is a
passing through
demon now, but
barriers.
guess what?
Oh, is it that mother effer?
Can play. Okay, so as you go through, you realize Porthan de Wint was not Porthan de Wint.
What the fuck?
Porthan de Wint that came to
no.
enslave the demon must have lost. Because
No.
the actual entity standing in front of you now is the demon that you made the very pact with.
God
you
damn it,
have his
Tolgar.
blood in your
Double
system.
demon us?
So yes, Tolgar, you are through the barrier. You and him both. So bear in mind, you have horns right now. You have spines coming out of your back. You have a demon tail. The only problem is, he is probably double your size in every way, shape, or form. He is huge. He is massive. He is demonic. He is satanic. As he glares down at you with a look of absolute hatred on your face, or on his face.
Well, yeah. Is there any other setting for a demon?
Hey, you know. Well, you know, some demons, they look at you and they're like,
Love and
He's like, oh, hey guys again. I
but not
missed
this
you.
guy. Okay.
uh-oh.
Okay, yes, Tolgar, you've emerged. What do you want to do?
Die.
Does that mean he's twice as dumb as Tolgar? Oh, you can only hope.
Well, Tolgar is just like, wait a second. Didn't you help us? I'm confused.
Okay.
Are you on our side?
So your action is going to be to stand there and have a chat with the guy, huh? Okay.
What's going on?
During this time, all you see is big heaving pectoral muscles and flexed arms, and his eyes are getting darker and darker and darker, and his nose is snarling, and he's looking like he's becoming... You've seen that face before. That's what I look like when I enrage.
Touching the barrier, like, is he just out, like, is he bigger than the barrier now? Or is
he's kind of like busting into the barrier. It's like you and him both are immersed in the barrier. It's like you're part of it. It's like all around you.
What?
Yeah, it's not like the barrier is, once you're in there, there's like a nice little hollow ball inside.
Okay,
It's like it was a solid blue energy sphere.
I'm going to attempt to try to get him out of the barrier, since I can think, because I'm not raged. So I'm going to try to make dash back this way.
Well, you've got to get out of
Or
the...
not dash, just leave the barrier. to
Okay,
see
so it would basically take you your full move to push your way back through the barrier.
Okay.
But once you're through it, that would only be your regular move, so you could still dash 30 feet.
Okay. So here. Okay.
All right. Thelonious. What do you want to do now, buddy?
Do I want to
Everything kind of just changed, didn't it, really?
Yeah,
Everything
I'm
just
gonna
kind
make.
of
Man,
altered.
it doesn't seem like there's anything magical going on. Oh my god! As I turn around, and I see this demon in front of me now, and Tolgar running in the other direction, which is terrifying.
We never see Tolgar run away like
No. Oh boy, there's.
See, this is where you find that Tolgar's an absolute coward if he's not enraged. That's why he has to enrage. He has to pluck himself up. He has to summon up the nerve to fight.
So it's okay. I have two questions.
Uh-huh.
One, is he still like in this barrier now?
Yep.
So it went around him?
If you imagine the barrier as kind of like a large blue dome of jello,
Okay.
that's completely solid, which is partly why no sound was sort of coming out of it.
Right.
So he's in the barrier, but there's like it's not like a hollow in there. So he's like completely submerged in this blue at this point in time, as was Tolgar just a few seconds ago.
Okay, and I could discern again from what happened to Tolgar going in there, and Kyla's shooting an arrow that did nothing. It's impenetrable, essentially.
Well, when Kyla hit it with the arrow basically was destroyed.
Right.
Tolgar was able to go in there, but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, but
But
it's
then
pretty
it was the same
obvious
thing
to
with the
you that
barrier
if you used-
before.
it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a good thing to touch the barrier for sure.
Right. Did please refresh my memory because it's been a very long time since we played. Was magic able to penetrate those barriers from before? I don't think it was, right?
It was not. No.
Okay.
Oh, we did dimension door through them.
You
that-
dimension
well,
door
that's more of a
through it.
teleport, though, not a.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you didn't
my
actually
second-
go
My
through the thing.
second question then: does this thing is it holding the tablet still? Like, does it still seem like it's?
It still has the tablet in its right hand. Now, the staff that it was holding is just thrown on the floor.
Right.
That's just laying there in the blue.
Okay. Okay.
Next to snakes. No.
So whoever and whatever this demon was, anyone remember his name?
Yes.
Dal shama shama shamish.
No, hold on. I got it. Hold on. Let me.
It rhymed with some kind of salad.
Zaldmasir Ish Halish.
There you go.
Ish Halish.
Yeah, he was actually Arab, I think. Arabian demon.
His own shalish, you know.
Yep. But yeah, he seems very intent on still holding on to the tablet, but the wizard's staff, whatever, doesn't care.
Okay, God. There's two things that I want to do. One is a terrible idea, and one is a who knows.
That's probably the best one then.
Do
It
the
might-
terrible idea, man.
No. So I'm going to take the book, seeing this, turn and run behind this. Just go around the side of the ball here.
She'll be running round the ball when he comes.
And I still have the other part of a tablet that I assume is a part to his that he's holding.
Pretty fair assumption.
Okay.
Considering that apparently it was poor Thad DeWint was looking for that part of the tablet.
Yeah, we never told that demon that we had it.
No, you did not.
Okay. So I'm taking that tablet out. And if I remember, there was some sort of a snake charm or trap
it
on
had
it.
a snake sepia sigil that was cast upon it for protection.
What-
Yep.
Is that wear off or is that constant? Because I know it tried to attack us before.
Give me an arcane knowledge check.
Okay.
What are you thinking of doing?
Dude, I don't know.
So it could have been made permanent with a permanency spell. More likely, however, most wizards would probably not put that much effort into that. So could have just had one charge, maybe has a number of charges.
Okay. So I'm going to prepare myself to cast Dispel Magic on this thing if I see that snake start to come up at me, but I'm going to take it out and actually for the first time, I think ever, actually try to look at it.
Okay, well, because last time when you tried to look at it, the snake thing appeared and spat at you, and you were like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, I threw it at Shaggy.
Okay. All right.
So I'm actually going to go, well, let's actually look at this for the first time.
Okay. Well, the good news is this Snake Sepia Sigil does not reactivate. It was a one-time deal.
Great.
But it did its job because it scared you enough to not mess with it.
Yep.
So it is clearly laden with a strange arcanic writing. Of course, you only have a bottom corner of the tablet, so obviously it will be somewhat illegible anyway, but actually whether or not you can decipher it, go ahead and give me an arcane knowledge check first of all to see how much you know about this.
Okay. So many arcane checks here. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely recognize it as some sort of abyssal language. So can you read or speak abyssal?
Let me check. What would that be under background or?
Be under your languages, yeah, probably. Under your...
I do speak Abyssal.
Do you?
I do.
Then okay.
Yes. It pays off.
All right. It is hard from with a 22, which is good enough, and the fact that you can. Now, clearly, there's not enough of it here to actually know what the thing is.
Right.
But your best guess is this is some form of ancient tablet that was designed to be a key, an incantation to opening one of the 9 gates of hell.
Oh. It's a pretty cool key.
Enter Exhibit A. Large pool of blood that small demons are coming out of. Incidentally, Exhibit A, your best guess is you've got maybe a minute or two left on that particular spell.
Okay, well here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to if whenever it wears off and me being aware of that, I am ready to cast another one right on top of it.
Okay.
As soon as I
if
need
you've
to.
got another level 5 spell, that's probably not a terrible idea.
I do.
So you want to kind of...
As soon as I feel, because in the description of the spell, it says I can push the enemies where I want them to go on the wall.
Yeah, like when they come out, you can eject them
Down, back into the pool of blood.
Well, yeah, but the thing's on top, right? So they're staying in the pool. So what you're saying is, do you? What I'm asking is, do you want to? So yeah, what you're saying is, the second that thing disappears, you want to recast it, and if they're trying to come out, you want them down in.
Yep, I'm
You're
putting the lid back on them again.
Down into it. Okay,
correct.
I would accept that.
Okay,
Because you're conscious enough at this point to understand that, so that would be logical thinking.
Yes, and everything I've been doing has been going off the fact that I'm kind of weakened because that's my number one priority, and I'm not letting that get out of hand.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that if by now
Yes.
there could be a dozen or more demons running loose in this thing, and you would have all been ripped limb from limb. So
Yep.
that very
Okay.
fact alone, that you have that wall of force, very realistically could be the reason that all of you are breathing and Emlyn is still physically intact.
Okay.
So,
Right, because Emma doesn't breathe. Yes.
because you're already dead. Okay. So you move around that. So you're going to basically just hold the rest of your action and focus on that thing. Like when you start to see that fail, bam, you're hitting it again.
For the well,
I mean, you know you've got a little bit of time, but again, who could truly, in the heat of all this, judge 10 minutes exactly? So you're kind of you know,
right. So okay. So
without a stopwatch, you're going on your gut.
quick question. For minor illusion,
Uh-huh.
how long? I don't have, for some reason, the duration of it. Do you know how long that lasts for?
For minor illusion 5e.
Yes. Yes.
Give me a second, and I will answer that question. 'Cause
Okay,
no,
I
off
could-
the top of my head, I
I thought maybe you knew.
No, not that one. But it's not long. Cause let's see. Minor illusion. Where's minor illusion? There it is. Okay. It's a minute.
Okay. Okay. Do I forget. I do have movement left.
Uh-huh.
Oh God.
What are you? Jesus.
All right. I'm just gonna hold my action for now. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay.
It is now turning back around, glances back down at the tablet, and begins to bellow in abyssal language, as if it's trying to cast something again. But now it's remaining in demon form. Emlyn Sin.
Well, this is going to be a sight to see when I
Yeah, you're going to be a little
emerge.
surprised when you enter the chamber and see that all things are not what they were whenever you left.
Well, it's
Oh,
even
what have
funnier
they done now?
because I'm not seeing Thelonious, even though I have great vision.
Well, let's see.
I mean, it's 120 feet, so
I'd say honestly, you can't see any of them,
because of the rays.
because this is raised 20 feet above here. So this would block your vision to Kyla, and this would block your vision to Tolgar. So yeah, you probably can't see any of them at this moment. What you can see is a 15-foot tall demon standing where Porthan de Wince once was.
So I knew, because Porthan was in there earlier, that sound doesn't travel within. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to break some strategy plan.
Okay.
I'm casting Thaumaturgy
All
to
right.
amplify my voice. And basically what I'm going to say is, there are runes of alteration in this antechamber. I used Mr. Pebbles. It turned into an orange ball. Did anything happen in here?
All right. So yeah, all of you will hear that Gandalf-esque "I'm not trying to rob you" as it echoes throughout the chamber.
Yes. And I just look for an answer. I just wait, because I don't have any. Well, nothing else worked. It might just. I don't know what.
Yeah,
to do.
anyone can yell back as a free action. Speaking, you can speak as you do things, unless, of course, you're in the middle of something. So.
Oh, and what happened? Who is this? And this is not Porthan.
I'm gonna yell back. His protection flickered. This is Porthan.
Well, there's
He's
other.
a demon.
There's other antechambers. If we do it, maybe we could. Do we want to free him? Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Because I'm very confused as a dead person. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, then you all now know whatever it was that Emlyn just bellowed at you. Kyla, what do you want to do?
He's muted.
Yep, you're muted.
Yeah, I assume that, well, this isn't Porthan. I'm just gonna lean out from around the little colonnade here and just be like, is Porthan dead?
Who are you shouting that to?
I'm assuming he's yelling it to the person in the
Yeah,
center.
I'm yelling it to Zanjir Leash because I want to know. Because if he's dead, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, well
Open
then,
hell, I don't
why
care.
am I even here?
I just want to kill the bastard.
Okay, he seems to be too engrossed in his tablet, which clearly is an exceptionally good read, because he doesn't seem to want to come up from it. All he does is periodically pause and look, and then you see a look of frustration as he starts to say other things, and then look.
Hey, I'm just gonna turn around to Thelonious and be like, why don't we just trash the place and leave?
I'm gonna kind of turn back around and peek around the corner. I think I may have found something useful. Just give me a moment.
Right?
Go back around the side.
Are you reading from the tablets that we have that he clearly needs?
How are you saying?
Are you asking that out loud?
From
Yeah,
all the way
I'm
over there?
shouting that, absolutely.
I mean, thaumaturgy lasts a whole minute, so
I am going to.
he's got a booming voice for a minute.
I'm going to absolutely say, I don't know what you're talking about.
As there is technically, no combat or anything like that, I'm not going to worry about order, so you guys can all just tell me what you're kind of doing right now.
I'm gonna basically. Emlyn, earlier I saw another half of the building. It looks similar. Maybe there's more on the other side. I can't see shit.
I'm going to turn around and oh, sorry. I'm going to, Kyla, shh, come over here.
Ah. Okay.
I'm going to take out the tablet and say, would you be able to protect this? I think this may be the key that we can maybe use as some sort of distraction.
I'm not exactly maternal enough for protecting things I don't know.
It is an inanimate object. I'm sure you like to steal things all the time. You protect those. It's the same thing. Here, I pretend I don't want you to take it. Oh.
Oh, well, then I want it. Damn it.
Look, please.
I totally took it as soon as you did that. And I'm just like, damn it.
Oh, dear me, it's good. All right. And then I'm going to oh, hold on. Maybe I'm not going to do this. Oh, it's not concentration. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And make it look like that piece of the tablet.
Okay, Minor Illusion. So with Minor Illusion, you can create a sound or an image of an object within range. The illusion also ends with dismissed. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, footprint, small chest, it must be no larger than 5 foot cube, which it's not. Mm-hmm. And it can also create sound, light, or whatever. So physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. So basically, it will look exactly like the tablet, but the problem is it's not solid. So if you was to try to pick it up, it won't. So you can't hold it.
I can't just pretend like it's in my hand.
No, because as soon as it becomes an illusion.
So then, how does it ever go anywhere?
Because it's basically like, well, let me put it this way. I would say, the idea is you create an image of a chair, and if someone touches the chair is passed through. So let me rephrase that. You can hold it and have the illusion that it's being held, but you couldn't give it to somebody as an object. If somebody tried to take it from you.
Uh-huh.
So you're not really holding it so much as the illusion is just sitting in your hand.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna be basically like holding it like a little silver platter.
All right. The reason I'm making that thing is like if you tried to give it to him or whatever, the second he tried to take it, it'll be like, this is bullshit. Okay.
Of course. Okay. All right. Protect that with your life. I'm going to come out from behind the side of the with it in my hand.
Doing that, I'm running the other way. Like, I don't want to be near him.
Valbadir Ishalish, is this something that may be of some sort of importance to you, perhaps? And I'm going to kind of hold it out.
Okay. I have a tablet.
I want to see if that catches... I'm really seeing to see if it catches his attention.
Okay, well, of course, initially he keeps staring at this thing and yelling under his breath or basically just inside the orb. Then he glances up. As he glances up, it's like the time where you can like... and he's like... And yes, his eyes have now locked firmly upon you. And it is very obvious that he now sees the tablet.
Well, come and get it, I guess.
All right.
And do not forget, though, we were always very cordial to each other. Please remember that.
Okay. The first thing that he is going to do is you see him kind of squint.
Look how
He
solid it
cautiously
is.
looks to the left, looks to the right, trying to ascertain. Now, was Tolgar literally just standing here the entire time, or have you kind of run anywhere else or gone anywhere else?
I probably had started to make my way down here.
Okay, because that would be fine if you hadn't actually just stopped.
Please hurry, it's very heavy. My poor little arms can't hold it up much longer. I might drop it. Oh!
Okay. Very, very apprehensively, this thing takes a couple of steps forward to the edge, and then you see it kind of like lean in head first.
Oh my god.
So that his head emerges from the glowing blue sphere. Kyla, you do have a clear line of shot to its face. I'm telling you that, not saying you should use it, just letting you know. Thelonious can't, so do you. Emlyn, so do you, from where you are. The head emerges, and it says,
You mean to tell me you had this the entire time?
Well, you never asked about it.
Give it to me.
Well, what do I get out of it?
Whatever your heart desires. I have already made one of you immortal. I have made another powerful beyond his wildest dreams.
What am I?
You are that cannot die. You are immortal.
But yes, what kind of immortal am I? I've been trying to figure that out.
Who the fuck gives a shit about labels?
Ooh, I like this side of this demon.
Be happy that you cannot die.
Whoa.
You never asked me for a gift before. What do you wish from me in exchange for the tablet?
Well, honestly, I would wish for you to just sort of go away. Is that possible? I don't trust you. Why would I? You just pretended to be someone else this entire time. You're not very upfront, Mr. Demon. Do not appreciate that.
I cannot leave, but you can.
And of course I can. I can walk out the door.
Then what do you wish for me to give you?
Well, where is all of Paul Sanduin's things?
He's such a prissy little bastard.
I suspect in his tower.
What about the gym?
That too would be in the tower. I care not for these things. Give me the tablet. Go and claim those for yourself.
All right, well, here's the thing, though. If I give you this tablet, even if I were to ascertain this...
About now is when you're realizing that the little block of magical force is starting to fade from view.
Okay, I'm gonna go... hold on 1 second. 30th count. Anyway, the better thing...
Okay, so you recast your wall of force right over the thing.
Yes. What if I were to give you this tablet and I were to ascertain his effects, so to speak? Would I be able to enjoy them? I feel like you have a whole, destroy the entire planet type of a thing.
I have no wish to destroy everything. Some of you have already pledged allegiance to me. The rest of you can do so. Be allies, not enemies.
So at this point, I'm kind of looking at everybody else like, hey, y'all, gonna do anything? I'm just kind of holding this fake tablet in my hand. I got him out of the way. I'm gonna say, it's quite hard to hear you all the way over here. Your voice is quite booming, I admit, but my hearing, as you know, I'm an old man. So maybe...
Is that better?
Yes, it is. I can't lie to you. That is better, yeah. So again, I'm essentially stalling for time here. Everyone.
It smells like that to me.
Yeah.
So
guys,
while this is going
here.
on, is anybody doing anything, or are you all just listening to the banter between Theo and the demon? It's a new kids book we're bringing out. Theo and the demon.
So here's the thing, that the only reason why I'm hesitating is because he just has his head out. If we do something and
it's not even his whole head; it's just his face, so that he can be heard.
Right. So he'll just submerge. Even if we do something, we need him fully out. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, the goad out. Because I don't want him to just take some damage and then retreat back in. Because
Right. By his behavior, he's obviously very, very aware that this is the most, logical place for him to stay. So he's, from your experience with this guy, he is no moron.
All right.
Destroy the tablet piece.
Well, yes, I'm thinking about that.
When you say that, he kind of glances around to look at Tolgar, and he's like,
No!
Well, I don't believe that you actually want to make a deal happen. Your body language is absolutely terrible.
You've just
You're hiding.
asked me for what you want.
I want you to come shake my hand like a man would. Make it a real deal. I don't trust you, demon. Your words mean nothing to me. A good old-fashioned handshake.
I'm not leaving this circle for such foolish gestures.
Well, then you're not getting the
I am
tablet.
a demon. I make pacts. I cannot break my word.
Well, you see this guy coming over this way. I can't stop him from breaking the tablet. He was much stronger than I am.
I will make you a promise. If you damage the tablet, none of you will leave here alive.
But then you won't be able to complete opening the gate now, would you?
It will delay me. Maybe even centuries. But I have centuries.
But think of all the time lost. Think of all you could do in that time. You can't get it back.
Then tell me what you want for the tablet, and it will be yours.
I want a handshake. A good firm one, too. Do not be limp-wristed either.
Then approach the pedestal. I will bring you inside and shake your hand.
But it's so far away, these old legs, look at them!
If you really desired a handshake, you would come and get one.
Fine, forget it, never mind. And I'm gonna turn around and act like I'm gonna start walking away.
Destroy the tablet if you wish. I do not believe you desire death.
And he moves his head back in.
I'm gonna walk towards him and I'm gonna whisper, "Give me the tablet. Is it real? Give me the
No,
tablet."
do you remember the rabbit in the hat thing we did?
Yeah.
That is essentially what this is.
Oh, we can pretend to break it. He'll come out.
No, he won't.
Yes, he will.
All right, I'm gonna go. Oh no! And then sort of fall where he can see.
Okay.
And as I hit the ground, I'm gonna cover myself and kind of cast it almost underneath me, so that when I stand up, it looks like a broken tablet.
Okay, so you want to
That's
kind of you're gonna cast another minor illusion to make it look like you
Yeah,
sent
it's
it.
like, oh, look what happened! Tolga,
Okay.
you fool!
Now it's destroyed. You'll have to wait centuries now.
What are we doing?
All right. Okay.
The art of the deal is what we're doing.
All right. So you basically are gonna fake break the tablet.
Yes,
All right.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now.
All right. He kind of scowls at you, and looks very angry and very frustrated.
It's your fault.
And then he begins to look at the tablet that he has and start chanting again. Because clearly he thinks he can do it without that part of the tablet. Otherwise, why would he have been here trying this entire time?
I don't think he can, though. Because reading his body language of before about him
It's
reading
like
and
maybe
looking
he
around.
is trying to guess the last part. Like,
Yeah.
he knows most of it and he's just trying to fill in the blanks. Frustratedly, who knows? Maybe he could stumble upon it. Maybe, I'll go ahead and tell you this much with what you rolled. It's not obvious, but you definitely are not convinced that it isn't something that, given a period of time, something that probably can just stand there and do this over and over and over
Right.
again. At some point, he's probably going to luck upon it.
Okay, well, with Emily, so I see Emily kind of coming closer now. I'm gonna say,
I'm literally just nonchalantly walking over
Yeah.
your invisible barrier to you, just like,
what are you? What were you doing?
"What? I told you what I did. I used Mr. Pebbles on a rune of alteration. It's in the antechamber.
Do it again. Do something like that again.
I can't. It turned into a giant glowy ball, and there's another one in there, and I presume there's two on this side because everything's symmetrical. I don't have 4 Mr. Pebbles.
But I do have 4 of these, and I'm gonna pull out 4 of the daggers I've been collecting this entire campaign.
Okay.
I tried other things. I tried flint, a rope, a boots. Nothing
Okay.
worked on the other one.
So
my,
I have these very sharp, heavy rocks. Do you think that would work?
I have no idea. Why do you even have that?
I like them. Obviously, my life a bit more than them, but I like them.
It's worth a shot. If that's what
Well,
you did
it-
before, then it actually did
Oh,
something.
Mr. Pebbles is alive. I mean, well, not alive. Well, like me, you know. He's
Mr. Pebbles is a giant glowing orange sphere. You're going to have to learn to cope.
Forget about Mr. Pebbles for a moment. Whatever it is you
It's the only
did,
thing that works.
it had something. It did have an effect on his barrier. It shimmered for a moment, and I assume it is because of what you did. Because we did not do anything at that time.
Wait, do we want to? I mean, we obviously want to get rid of the barrier, right? But then he'll be free. I mean, look at Tolgar. He doesn't look too hot.
Or
He's
would
not
we
trapped.
be free?
He's not trapped in the barrier. He just stuck his whole face out of it.
No, I know. But I mean, we can't do anything with that barrier up. But at the same time, with it down, he will come after us.
And we can kill him for double crossing me.
Yes, I don't like when people double cross me.
Hmm.
That is like number 2 on my do not like list. It's double crossing. Number 2. Solid number 2.
Is number 1 single crossing?
Number one is when people
Okay,
use magic
well-
that I use, and I don't like that.
Thelonious,
What?
this thing you have over this blood pool, how long do you have left?
We have another 8 minutes.
So that's not a lot of time. So if we're going to do something, we got to do it.
Let's check the other
Yes,
corridors.
I just said that!
You. Fine. Give me your sack, Kyla. I'm just gonna walk this way as I'm like completely confused, hoping Kyla comes this way as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
I still don't understand why, but give me the daggers too. Why don't?
Please just do it. Someone do it. I'll do it.
I'm giving him the daggers because that's what I have.
Okay.
Look, if this thing shimmers again, I'm gonna do everything you can to hurt him.
Yes, I will yell blueberries if it shimmers again.
Well, no, but I will be in the other room. But you guys do whatever you can to hurt him.
Yes, I will, but I will tell you it's working by saying blueberries, so he doesn't know what we're talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk this direction this time.
Okay.
With Kyla's stuff,
All right.
basically.
Kyla's gonna follow along.
And yeah, as you rightfully assessed, this chamber, the whole place is perfectly symmetrical, and there are 2 more of those divots with the glowing alteration.
I'm gonna take a curved dagger and a rock, and I'm gonna have Kyla do the same.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna say to her, throw it in at the
is
same
Kyla
time.
there? Because I don't see Kyla.
Kyla's trying to get over there and would have been following along, but the thing just disappeared and I can't see anything. So,
Oh, I just moved you.
oh, sorry. I'll unmove.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's like pitch black. So,
Oh, that's right.
Because
'cause you're
Kyla
blind.
has no form of light.
I mean, I can see the glowing rings.
Yep.
That's convenient.
You do right, I do left. 3, 2, 1, throw. And then I'm gonna throw a rock and a.
Yeah, it
Curved
just
dagger thing.
lays there in the divot.
The rock too.
Uh,
See, Mr. Pebbles was bigger.
maybe it needs to be bigger.
Yeah, Mr. Pebbles was almost the size of the divot.
Do you have any more of these things?
No, not exactly.
All right, so I'm actually gonna reach in to grab the rock back.
Okay.
Nothing happens,
No.
right?
No, it doesn't hurt you.
So I grab both things back.
Okay.
And then I chuck them both in this side where
Yeah,
Kyla's.
same thing. Does nothing.
We don't have time for this, and none of these are going to be enough. This temple is too well constructed for us to just peel some of the rocks out.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I have a bit of an unpopular opinion on this one.
That
What
being,
happens if we just give him the tablet and take up our places in his ranks? Totally fucked. At least we'll be the ones doing the fucking.
I mean, what would stop him from just killing us outright? What would be the point?
What stopped him before? He seems to think we're kind of entertaining.
Yeah, so we'll just have us all kill each other, and then you'll all be like me. Is that something you want?
Immortality doesn't sound terrible. But it doesn't
Especially
look...
at the
I
end,
can't
right?
exactly say it's a joy being me at this point in time.
But is it bad at all? Like,
It's just, man.
we don't have time for
Just
this.
There is no
You just
pleasure
exist.
in life at all. He derives nothing from nothing. So
I have a really shit idea. Give me a moment. And then I'm just going to take the tablet. I'm going to throw it in there.
okay. Fortunately for you, nothing happens.
Oh God! Thanks for protecting it with your life, Kyla.
Whatever.
I would have made a
This
decision.
thing's a pain in the ass.
So
Okay.
as she does that, I'm just gonna return and be like, so Kyla wants to join the devil.
It's a little more complex than that as I'm like feeling my way through the darkness. Getting out there.
I'm gonna start picking up a demon body and like,
Yeah.
how about some flesh and blood in there? And
Yes, take one of those and throw it in. See what happens.
then I'm gonna drag one of the bodies.
Okay, so you want to go and throw one of the Babao demons
Where
in
am
there?
You're going the wrong way.
I? Okay.
wait,
I don't know.
Where is it? I don't
wait.
know where it is.
Where is
Wait.
it?
Tolgar.
Tolgar's last.
Wait. Oh, Emmeline,
Yes.
are the corridors large enough for these balls to go through them?
No, it narrows considerably.
So no?
Probably. Well,
Well, some of them, I
it's
mean,
kind of like a large archway. It might be a tight fit through the arches, but it definitely would roll down the corridors.
We could get them in. We could use. Would they fit in the thing that you were throwing the rocks in?
probably yes. They're about the same size. I would.
Olga, can you roll this in to there instead?
Of course.
Please do it immediately.
I go on the other side and I try to push this ball.
Okay. It is incredibly heavy.
I use
if
my
only
super
it had
strength.
some sort of friction motion that would allow it to be moved easily.
I'm gonna cast grease on it. I'm not kidding.
Okay. I will say that would definitely assist if you want to do that.
I am doing that.
So yeah, like the other glowing ball before. Remember, it was kind of just floating there on its friction of energy. But okay, if you cast grease on it, Tolgar being Tolgar can kind of really put his
strong man it to the.
Yep,
the
okay.
east.
And yes, you will manage to push it up out of the little ledge. Oh, let me put that back. Sorry. What am I doing? Okay. Stop, stupid map.
I got lost.
All right, Tolgar. So yeah, you push this ball out. As it pops out, kind of like a bizarre pinball, another ball was sitting below it, like sprung
What the-
loaded. So there are now two. There's now another ball. So you now have this ball at the top of the stairs.
What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna keep pushing it down the stairs.
Okay, well, it is going to go flying down the stairs and come to a resting stop, kind of like
Okay.
right here in this corner.
Where do you want it?
North of you. Past the column, up a little hallway, up some stairs.
Jeez.
I have no idea where I am. So
Poor Kyla's lost, roaming around in the dark.
Right?
I can't,
Like literally.
The
All right, so Tolgar, you're going to go over there and you're going to have to kind of grab it and start to spin it to get it out of the hole.
Okay.
I mean, once the good thing is with this giant stone sphere, it's easy to move. It's stopping it that's the problem.
Okay.
So once you get the inertia going,
Okay, I'm gonna try to push it up this way.
okay, so you're going to kind of push it in this direction.
Yeah. See
Okay.
what that does.
Yeah, I mean, it'll continue to roll. Now, I mean, if you don't really just shove it, if you just kind of steadily push it,
Incoming,
you
Kyla.
can kind of
oh God!
yeah, okay. Kyla gets a flashback. God, someone should make a movie about this, like a giant ball rolling down a corridor towards you.
This is a fun game. They should make a mini version of this.
All right. Yeah, so you'll see this giant ball at the top of the stairs. And obviously your goal is you're going to keep pushing this thing until it gets into this chamber, right?
Yes.
Okay. And where do you want to push it to?
Left or right, Kyla?
Left. It's very important.
Okay, and I start pushing it to the left. Into that sphere.
All right. Once it gets here, it takes a little bit of it, kind of because there's like a little ledge. You've got to kind of get it up and over. So I'm going to require you to make a strength check to push it up and over that lip.
Kyla, help me.
I am.
All right,
Okay.
With Kyla helping you, you can do so with advantage.
Woohoo.
Fucking weird. This is a weird final.
Wow.
Oh!
No. As try
need
as you
more
might,
help.
you just can't get enough push from a dead stop. You just can't get enough push and weight behind it to push
Go
it
get
up
the
and
other
into
two,
this thing.
please.
Why don't we roll it back a little bit and then roll it forward a little bit to give it a little more speed and power to bump it over? Maybe.
Oh, the old charge. Sure.
So you want, okay, so you're going to kind of roll it back and then try to do it with inertia?
Yeah.
Okay, that will work. That won't be as big a problem. All right. You push it up, and it drops down into the thing, and promptly turns a glowing orange shade.
Ooh.
Is it hot to the touch?
Hot to the touch.
Does it feel like heat is emanating from it?
No.
If I waft it, does it smell bad?
Something does, but it's probably not that ball.
Okay.
What happens in the main chamber?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the mid chamber, the glowing sphere kind of that's over him once again shudders and like and begins to kind of crackle a little bit more than it did before this time, but it does seem to manage to stay in place.
All right. So how long did it take Tolgar to do what he did with the ball?
About 2.5 minutes.
Shit.
One more quickly, let's go.
Okay, and
Yeah,
we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
try to do the
say
same thing.
blueberries.
All right. So to hopefully expedite this, I'm gonna cast telekinesis.
Okay.
Nice.
God,
It has if it's
what you could have
under
done with having
1,000
a stone
pounds.
elemental right now, that would have been handy.
Yeah, if it's under 1,000 pounds, I can move this object.
Under 1,000 pounds. I'm
Because-
going to say it's incredibly close. That's a ball that size. I'm going to say you can just move it.
Okay.
Okay, because while they're coming back, I'm gonna have not lifted it, but pushed it, and I'm not even using the stairs. I'm just pushing it over the edge in a straight line to this chamber, basically.
All right.
I'm just gonna say another one's coming for you.
Okay.
So you're just going to push it down and let them take care of it?
Yes, because I want to do the last one, which will be even harder to do, right? Because
Well, this one here, of course, goes down, but there's no more balls underneath it.
ooh, okay,
Okay.
yes, Theo, I think we figured out the balls.
So
I'm gonna look
are you
over to the
two?
other
Are
one.
you two going to take? Tolgar and Kyla? Are you going to put the other one in?
Yes, we will.
All right.
Drop it in there.
So that's going to take you about 2.5 minutes. Okay.
So as that's happening,
While
it's
they're doing that,
concentration.
what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go over to this one without even dispelling it and try to push it off.
Yep, I'm gonna help
Okay. Well,
while walking over this thing.
the good news is it feels kind of weird and makes all your hair stand on end. It doesn't hurt.
That's
Yeah, it's very easy to move because it's like almost weightless.
Nice.
I'm gonna help.
Good job, Theo. You dispelled the whole point of it. All right.
I dispel the wall of force and I leave.
So with Theo's
And I
help,
run away.
We're gonna go this other way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Emlyn because he knows the path.
All right. So by the time you're looking at about 2.5 minutes one side, 3 minutes the other side. By the time you have finished doing that, you now have 4 glowing balls that are all kind of energized and charged with some kind of bizarre magic. You all coming back to the main chamber at that point?
I would, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's total about 7. It's been a total of 7 minutes. You've got about 3 minutes left on the wall of force that's blocking the blood pool. Okay. So here's the weird thing. You can start feeling static energy kind of like all around you. Like the air is suddenly coming kind of almost like charged with some kind of statical energy. The blue thing in the center the sphere that the demon is standing inside is now kind of... It's not disappearing, but it's almost like it's shorting out. Like, it's there and then it's not there. It's there and then it's not there. Like a well-placed shot might hit him, or it may not. Because it's so erratic. It's almost like 50-50.
Alright, I'm just gonna look at Theo and be like, I guess I do this, right? And then I'm gonna cast a spell.
What are you going to cast?
My last spell slots will be Blights on the demon.
Blight.
I'm casting Blights.
Alrighty, populate it.
All right, we're casting Blight.
Alrighty. So
that
it
damage,
will do
though.
39 points of necrotic damage. Necrotic energy washes over the creature of your choice that you see. It's an instant thing, so it's going to be subject to 50-50. I'm letting you roll these dice.
Oh
I
shit.
hate this.
Under 50%, and you will have timed it with the barrier down. Over a 50, and unfortunately it happens when the barrier is up. It is down
Alright.
to your roll.
Under 50, right? That's what we're shooting for?
You want 50 or lower.
Doing it! Oh,
Are you serious? Are you serious?
That's the cruelest thing I've ever seen. That is so cruel. That is so cruel. Oh my god. That is so wicked that the dice would roll a 51.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
alright, okay. I'm afraid doesn't do a damn thing.
Shit.
Just at the last moment, as it's like you, and you're like,
and that was the first time Evelyn showed emotion once. You're like,
oh my god.
shucks. Oh my god.
Wow.
Head back up here.
All right, so it was an idea, but anyone else want to try anything?
I think it's time.
Yep.
I think it's time.
You have inspiration. You have inspiration.
Yeah, no, and I'm using it.
Okay,
And I'm
good.
shooting from like a weird behind hidden angle, so I don't know if that would be a surprise or not. I don't think he's expecting to get hit.
I would give you a surprise
So
because he is
hopefully-
not really aware that you're there, or really expected to be shot with an arrow.
Okay, so that's a lot of. Okay, so I would like to use my inspiration on this. I don't know how it's going to
okay,
apply
with
to
the
this.
inspiration, and being that this is a perfect time for that to be a thing, I'm going to say you don't need to roll the 50-50. Your inspiration is going to get you the shot.
Okay.
You still got a hit, but
Jesus.
the
Oh my
inspiration will knock
Son of
out
a
the 50-50.
nutsack.
So, what's your inspiration point? But that will, with inspiration, you're basically able to sit there, take a deep breath, and perfectly time the release of the arrow.
Precise.
All you gotta do is hit.
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
gee.
with advantage.
Now, this is with his own blood on it,
Mhm.
and it's with the arrow.
The weird red one
Okay.
that I don't know anything about.
Hogar
healing
knows a
demon
lot
arrow.
about one of those. He got hit by
Oh.
it.
Yeah, it was a healing arrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a nice fluffy arrow.
Well, yeah, didn't Tolgar get hit by that and it really hurt? Or was that
Like that.
not the red arrow?
It didn't kill
I don't
him.
remember.
It hurt a
He just
lot,
got hit
but it didn't
and
kill
it
hurt.
Tolgar. But it hurt like hell.
Yeah. So.
All right.
This like double.
So basically, you're shooting to hit with advantage, but you will get through the barrier.
Okay.
All of us are so mediocre.
Oh, they are, but the hit's good though.
A 23.
Is it?
I'm about to confirm or deny. 1 second. Ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum. Hold on. Where are we?
My head hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I'm not breathing.
Such a bad day. Gore.
Yeah, hold on.
It's not okay.
He's totally teasing us right now. He knows the answer already.
He's known it for the past
You
however
know
long.
I have to. You know I at least have to. You know.
Is there a size difference factored in there that's going to help?
Yeah, because this is 3-5. We're so lucky.
Doesn't help you. All right, there we are.
I feel small. Does that? Oh, and my hunter's mark is on him. I don't.
Okay. No, I was just checking something
only
else.
damage.
No, that's definitely a hit. Okay. Well, here's the first thing. Taking successful damage, the bullshit illusion spell that Porthan de Wint had in place fails.
Oh!
And
Oh, thank God.
What a dick! I love it. I absolutely love it.
and
Oh my God.
being that he is alive, those arrows were supercharged with a very
Oh
nasty
my
spell.
God.
Oh, yes.
Porthan de Wint has to make a Constitution save, or he is slain.
I still
By
get
the
arrow.
Yep, those spells basically
Fucking
are.
DeWitt!
So, God, I wish we had another episode because I so would not roll this until the next episode.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Oh
so it's a
my
con
God.
save.
That was ridiculous.
Versus what?
Alright, so I'm about to roll this. So Porthan de Wint needs to roll 16 or higher,
God.
or he
He's a wizard. His
is
concept is
dead.
bad. And he's old.
It's old, so he's got a minus on it.
Minus 10.
Here we go. Ready? Drum roll. 16 or higher. Incidentally, if he doesn't save, he still takes a shitload of damage.
Yeah.
So, as Tolgar will
I'd
confirm.
like to roll the damage anyway, but yeah.
And
I got it.
Oh.
No!
okay, I'm afraid he saves. But being a decrepit wizard, it may not matter. It may not matter.
So, since it's a surprise attack, it gets everything and it's an auto crit.
So now that's from the spell. You still get you still get all your arrow damage and all that to add it first. So go
Yeah.
right ahead and
So-
add that on because he's gonna take that no matter what.
Let me do this really quick, because I need to think for a second.
head.
It gets R
This is so crazy.
3d6. Wait, no, 66 as it's a plus 1.
Triple crossed.
Yeah, that was a triple
That's
cross.
what Tolgar
Well, you know
yells.
what's great is because Tolga ran away from an illusion, but that's perfect. I love it. Oh, that's so good.
Well, hey, it's
Neo
it
is your
worked on all of
third,
us. We all believed
third
it.
least
so-
favorite thing is being triple crossed.
that's why illusions work. If they're not plausibly deniable, they're effective.
Plus another 1, 2.
So yeah, so you're doing your arrow damage. He is not a demon, so the demon blood actually won't affect him. But that's the only thing that won't.
I was more putting that there to get through the barrier in case.
I know, right? So yep.
And then, okay, and then another d8. I think. Is that right? Do you want me to re-roll the damage or keep the damage that was already rolled?
Well,
there?
12 would be the arrow damage, so that stands.
Yeah, but it's a auto crit because of assassinate.
Well, crit means you just automatically get to roll the damage dice again.
Yeah.
So that gives you an extra d8 because that's the damage dice for the arrow.
Okay, so it doesn't affect sneak attack or any of that?
Well, it does. If you've got sneak attack on it, it would basically double all the damage, all the dice.
Yes, so then that's doubled.
Oh, cool.
And
So so what I would suggest you do is just roll the 1d8 to go ahead and double the physical damage. Make it
Okay.
nice and easy to keep up with.
just take this whole.
and then just roll twice as many dice as you normally would.
Okay,
All right,
that's
so you
the
put an extra
XP.
3 on that, so that's total of 15 from the arrow itself.
And then
Okay.
this is attack and Hunter's Mark doubled because.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't type the whole thing because.
Come
So
on,
basically, just do 8d6.
Yeah.
8d6.
6d6 plus 2d6 is 8d6. Okay, it's 22 on that, so that's a total of 37. And even though he saves, he takes 3d6 plus 6 from the spell.
Oh.
My God.
So I'll let you roll it. 3d6 plus 6.
Okay.
Seeing as you're technically doing the damage. Oh, nice! Nice!
Yes.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Alrighty, so another 22.
It's in one shot.
59 points of damage.
Don't tell me he has 60 health.
No, he has 61. No. Let's see. How many hit points do you have, Thelonious?
Total
Yeah. What's your max hit points?
15.
No, your max hit points.
With
Max.
everything.
No, I heard.
No,
I
I'm
understand
just
the
I'm just
question.
kind of just saying this so you can kind of have a dramatic
I have-
understanding.
I have 68, but my con is 15 for a wizard.
It's insane. Yeah.
Yes, my con is really high for a wizard. 'Cause I
have-
built him as a grizzled old man. That was the whole point.
I have 50 max hit points because I'm a ranger.
Yeah, yeah, but I specifically built him to be a little more durable because he's been through some shit.
So sorry, how many did you have?
68 total, but again, my con is 15.
Yeah, there you go. Which is
So I
pretty
was
good.
I was a hardy old wizard.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so with that knowledge, so yeah, he is still alive, but clearly that was not a fun time for Porthan to win. The arrow flies through the cracks of the blue glowing sphere as it crackles, slams into his back. The arrow kind of grazes across the back of his ribs, hits the blue barrier on the other side as it kind of phases back in, and you see the arrow disintegrate, but you see him drop down to one knee in pain and agony as the tablet itself almost slips from his hands.
Oh, then if he's prone now, I'd like to take my second attack.
You get to take a second attack.
That's how you laugh.
Sorry, I'm feeling really
And,
evil.
Oh, I'm about to do something hella evil though.
Got through. No.
Ah,
Okay.
Well, with him taking that much damage, is that thing still up?
Oh, I know. 1 second, sorry.
That'd be my question. Is that barrier still there? He just got like crushed.
good question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
know.
it's fizzing, so it's in and out anyway. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wisbies.
Fizzing whiz.
Yeah, so I'm just answering somebody in chat. They were saying that earlier on we were doubling all the damage.
No, I think there was a moment we shot and we didn't double the dice. When
Well, I think what we're saying was like when you got hit, when Tolgar got hit, I actually rolled 2d8 plus 8. But that was because he got hit twice for
Yeah,
1d8 plus 4.
Yeah, he didn't get
So it
crit.
wasn't a crit. I doubled it, but that's because it was I was
two
basically
hits.
cutting down the dice rolls for the number of the hits.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think any of you guys have been critted this session, have you?
No.
Didn't think so. All right, just wanted to make sure because that would be a pretty big thing that I'm sure I would have noticed. Now I was just saying Tolgar had critted somebody else.
I haven't.
Well, he got 2
critted
hits.
anyone.
Togar got 2 hits, and we
Togar
double
swings.
rolled Togar's damage,
Hey man,
but he didn't crit, so don't worry about it.
Who cares?
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Whose turn is it, though?
But no, the only reason I normally wouldn't address it, but because it is final encounter and it's touch and go, I wouldn't want anything to rob you guys of a potential victory if it wasn't done right. If somebody died because of a mistake, that would be a big deal. So, wanted to make sure.
Okay.
But yeah, there's been no. That was pretty much it. I understand why you thought that, but it was because we were doubling up the number of dice rolls and the pluses for the hits, not an actual crit. All right, so yes, Kyla. So you've plugged him once, good and hard.
Mm-hmm. And then I tried to shoot him again, and the arrow did not work. It hit the barrier.
That's a shame. All right.
The 13 would have killed him.
Talgar, do you wish to try to do anything?
Yeah. I am so angry. It's like I'm raging, but I'm not.
You feel enraged, but without the power, right?
So I'm running this way, and I start to go through the barrier.
All right. Measure how much movement was that for me?
It was my full. It was 8 squares.
And you were on the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, yeah, you've got enough to get through the barrier, but you won't have enough you won't have anything left to actually do an attack, but you can get all the way through the barrier.
Okay.
Before, it took you a lot of movement to push through the barrier, but because the barrier is phasing in and out, it's like, and then suddenly you jolt through.
Oh.
All right, okay. Thelonious Conch.
Okay.
Son of a.
All right. I'm going to cast Magic Missile at level 4.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, it can't miss. All you got to do is time it right.
God.
50 under 50%.
Okay. Can I? Okay.
Kill this triple crosser.
I'm not going to try to. Oh, that's right. He did triple cross me. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting him. Okay. So here's the
5-0 or less, and your magic missiles will zoom through the cracks.
roll. I'll roll that first, just so I can
You may as well, because if you don't get that, they're just going to go fizz, fizz, fizz against the wall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Oh
Do it.
God.
Yes!
Yes!
Awesome!
Yes!
All right. Yep. Can't miss. Magic missile auto hit. So, what you got? What you got on
so
it?
with level 4, I'll populate it here.
Oh, right. Yeah, level 4. So,
It's
that's going to give you quite a few darts.
yeah.
So you're going to
64
get
plus
3
6,
more
right?
darts on top of that.
Yeah, 664 plus 6, right?
6d4 plus 6.
6.
Absolutely.
Okay. Pew! Please high rolls.
19 points
It's like almost perfectly
of
average.
damage. All right. So yes, the glowing blue balls spiral through the air. Furious Conch! As they go towards the barrier reappears right as the balls get there, as you cringe, thinking, oh no, they're going to slam into the magic. But right at the last second, the barrier fades out as Porthan de Win is hit as the balls of blue magic blast into him. He falls sideways. As he does so, the blue thing itself is still there. It doesn't dissipate with him falling down. Tolgar, if you wish, you could do an
Can I
attack
get
of
attack of yeah.
opportunity as he's about to fall off this ledge here.
Yes.
If you want to do anything.
I would like my sword to fall into him.
Just drop it.
Say this one counts
Like
as mine.
hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
So you're gonna slash at him as he falls off the ledge. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the magic blasts into him. Torgor slashes into his side as he stumbles, sliding down. You see him kind of fall sideways and lifelessly flop down off the 30-foot ledge, all the way down to this. That's actually 20-foot drop,
Wow,
Okay.
really just give
which
him a hard
will
time.
inflict
fall into
another
a-
7 points of falling damage. Porthan de Win hits the ground, and you see like just a finger.
Okay. Okay. I'm doing something.
Okay, what are you doing?
I am running over as fast as I can.
Gonna moonwalk.
Yep. and I am going to cast Soul Cage on him.
Okay, so your first round of... so you've got... if you're dashing, you've got 60 feet.
Yep,
Alright, so go ahead and move your full 60 from here. So
wherever that
10,
is.
20, 30, 40, 50,
my
60. Yeah, that's about right. So that's a round.
I want his soul.
Holy
Your
crap.
soul is
Your
mine.
soul is mine.
Okay, so you start charging. What's everybody else doing? Tolgar, you're still up there in the strange blue static. It's a really weird feeling because when the static is there, your demon horns are there and your spine's there, but as it fades, they keep kind of... So like now, you're like going...
I just kind
And
of
it feels weird
watch
because
it
you can feel
happen.
like bones moving
Oh,
in and out of
wow.
your skin.
look at me.
I love how we have two deadpan characters in this campaign. It's so good. Well, check me out.
While that is happening,
Okay.
I am running to this antechamber,
Alright.
and I'm going to use telekinesis to try to get my rock back. I'm going to
I
roll
want
it
my rock
off.
back!
I want, because it's my bodyguard, basically. So I try to.
Okay, so here's the thing. This thing is
Yeah.
glowing way more than it was before. Way,
Okay.
way more.
Which thing? What thing?
My Mr. Pebbles.
This, the glowing rock that's in the chamber. It is glowing. They both are. They're glowing way more. The Mr. Pebbles rock considerably more than the other rock, presumably because it's been sitting here longer. You even before you go through the archway, you can feel your hair standing on end as the static becomes overwhelming. Like there's a huge magical electrical charge being built up in this ball.
I'm still going to try to get it off of that.
Okay. How do you want to move that massive ball?
So telekinesis is I have concentration, so I'm going to try to concentrate it off
Okay.
towards me.
We'd already ascertained that it was just about enough to powerfully, just had enough oomph to do it. So, yep, you can roll it off.
Does anything happen, or is it just a ball?
It feels pretty damn uncomfortable as it's coming towards you. Like, it's almost to the point now where the static, you can feel it like reverberating in your very core. Like, you get a distinct feel you wouldn't want to touch this thing anymore.
All right, so I'm going to roll it with me, but keep it at a distance, basically.
Okay.
Seeing if it like powers down at all. ever.
All right. Okay.
That's what
So
I'm
you're
gonna do.
doing that. Kyla, you rushed over to the now laying on his ass Porthentawint.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pat him down. I'm taking those whatever of the tablets is left because those are important.
Well, the tablet, he would have clutched hold of it to the very last, but it also fell. So we're going to make a dice roll.
Okay.
And we're going to see 50% or under. The tablet had no ill effect from the fall. Over that, we'll just see how bad over that was. Okay, he was so protective of that tablet, he clutched it to his bosom as he fell off the thing, and the tablet was cushioned against him. So fortunately, even though the tablet, being a fragile stone object, fell 20 feet down to hard stone floor, it is still perfectly intact.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab all the tablet bits and I'm just gonna be like, okay, put it with the other.
Okay.
Thelonious, how long do we have?
Theo, carry on doing your running.
For what? Not long. We need to get out of here immediately.
Okay, Tolgar, come down here and grab this thing. I'm
Hello?
pointing at the...
Tolgar, first take his staff, which is there. Just take it from me.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the staff
Okay.
and be like, all right, and then wobble out of there
All right.
and go towards Kyla.
Okay.
What?
Grab that, and I'm gonna point at
so-
Porthan.
You're the only one that's been up on this top pedestal, right? So let me put you back up there a second. Because the first time I didn't really mention it because you were fleeing in terror. But
Okay.
do you see what's in direct? What do you see in front of you?
A blue line.
Yeah, you can see at the back of this chamber another blue glowing barrier.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Does
Looks
it look the
basically
same?
made of the same type of energy as the other.
Be right back.
Oh, come on!
All right. So you're going to go through that barrier?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys probably from there, your lower vantage point won't really be able to see what Tolgar's doing. But needless to say, Thelonious, you were rushing up here to get to this dude, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to cast?
Soul Cage.
Soul Cage. Okay. All right. So Soul Cage. This is a fun little spell. Such a
It
doozy.
is. And it's so
basically
evil.
what it does is, as something dies, it snatches the energy from it, and basically encages its soul.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Stolen soul remains inside the cage until the spell ends or until you destroy the cage. The spell lasts for 8 solid hours. So, let's see. So I'm gonna say, let me have a look here. I'm gonna follow, because it matters. Normally I wouldn't, but I'm gonna go ahead and follow Raw for a change, and I'm gonna make some death saves for poor Thanduint, because he didn't take enough damage to have killed him outright. So the first death save, he failed, so he went down by 1. Second death save, he... Ooh. That's a crit pass. So that's actually good for you, because as you get over there, you realize he is still just alive. Because if he was dead, your spell would not do a damn thing. But he isn't quite dead.
Okay.
So basically, if you want to cast Soul Cage, all you gotta do is basically just cast it and make sure he's snuffing it at the same time.
Make sure he's dead.
I'm gonna kind of kick him a little bit and see that he draws breath just a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, I mean he's like barely alive.
And then I'm gonna lean down into his ear and just say, "Oh, I'm going to enjoy this very much." Thelonious Conch! And then cast a firebolt just to finish him off.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna firebolt him, and we're not gonna worry about the semantics. I'm gonna say, because I like the idea and it's totally fun and mischievous, yes, you can totally soul cage him. So now you do have the evil sons of a bitch's soul in your little cage of toying. So you can do a lot of things with Soul Cage. It's a fun little spell. You can ask it questions. You can draw from his experience. You can even drain life from it to heal yourself. And I think you can do it up to 6 times or something like that within the duration. Let's see. Yeah, you can use a trapped soul up to 6 times. Once you exploit the soul for the 6th time, it is released.
Yep.
So you've got 8 hours to play with this dude. More or less if you decide to smash the soul.
No.
Alright, okay. So let's... While that's going on... Tolgar.
Ooh, what is this?
What you see...
What is this?
What you see ahead of you...
A piano.
No, it's not a piano. Tolgar. A piano. Yeah, there's a guy that there did it. No, what you see is an open chest. A large iron chest. Something very solid, very secure. The lid is already lifted up. Inside it are 3 containers. 2 that are kind of square, and 1 that is long and elongated. But they fit perfectly in this chest.
Okay. I'm gonna
The
go up
chest
to it.
itself is probably maybe a good 4 or 5 foot wide.
Alright.
And about, I mean, the chest itself is massive. Like, you'd literally be walking out of there like this.
Without any thought, I just start dragging it towards the exit. I just go.
Okay.
Like, as if, like, yeah.
Alright.
Deadpan face, just start dragging it back.
Okay.
As if that's what I was meant to do.
All right.
Yeah, everything in your life has led to this moment. Dragging it out of somewhere.
Here we go.
Wow.
Such
fulfillment.
Okay.
Is my ball getting any better or no? Should I
Is
just,
your
like,
ball
let
getting
go?
any better? It
Already
is slowly starting to dissipate. Like the energy that's in it seems to slowly be draining down. It's almost like it's some kind of giant magical capacitor.
Right. All right. So
Now,
waiting for Tolgar to reemerge.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
While all that's been going on, the air and the atmosphere in this place is just starting to become very uncomfortable. Imagine if you were standing. If you've ever done the whole Tesla ball thing where you stand on the mat and touch the Tesla ball and your hair stands on end, you feel that weird kind of prickly feeling. Imagine if you were surrounded by giant Tesla balls and they're all like pulling your hair in every direction. Every time you move, you can feel your hair on your arms and your legs and your head sway in different directions. It's a very weird feeling. It almost feels like you're underwater even though you're not. But it is starting to become very uncomfortable.
I think we need to leave immediately.
Yes. Tolgar, but his staff. Then we go.
Okay. And you just see me dragging this.
Yeah, so
giant
you guys
chest.
will see Tolgar dragging a massive
coming.
iron chest down the stairs.
Who wanted this?
The staff has hopefully the gem. I'm thinking the gem for your tribe. Remember the deal. Make
Great.
your tribe more powerful.
I
Use
know.
it. So I'm going to use my telekinesis and get my ball, and I'm going to start heading in toward the portal, basically,
So you're going to drag the ball with you?
as far as I can. Until
Okay, so
hoping it
Tolgar,
changes.
you're
Don't do
dragging the
that.
chest behind you.
Don't take the dumb ball.
And I saw Kyla pat down Porthan already, correct?
Yes.
It's outstanding. Okay, just want to make sure. I'm sure
I
she
can't
grabbed it all.
move.
Yeah, Porthan, literally, other than the robes that he had and the tablet, that's about all he physically had on his person.
Okay.
Leave the stupid ball. It's static.
Oh, that's actually not true. That's a lie. He has a opal ring on his right finger. Do apologize.
Nice.
Okay.
So
she would have found
Kyla
that.
would have found that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I've got to move Tolgar because he can't get on the other side of the barrier.
Hey.
So that's the game plan. You're all gonna make your way back down to the portal.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
I'm gonna tell Emlyn he better not bring his stupid static ball that's gonna destroy us with him.
Well, it's dissipating. Hopefully, my protector will come back to his normal shape.
I will kill you if you. I won't actually do that, but.
Just
Okay.
be sure you
So-
have the gem.
Basically, what you're dragging the ball back to here, you can get it to here. You won't be able to get it through there. And everybody else, just for speed's sake. Oh shit! I'm moving things I didn't want to move. Just gonna move you all further down here. Just done. Hold on here.
So stupid.
Theo's here. I've lost Kyla.
Yeah,
Well,
she's been lost for a
We'll,
while.
we'll let her die.
Where did you lose the
Let
Kyla?
her
Where's
die.
Kyla got lost to?
I don't know. Set you're muted.
Where are you, Kyla?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
Oh,
I don't
God.
see the Kyla icon anymore. Did you
I
delete
moved it,
yourself
and then
by
it just
mistake?
disappeared. I
You're in
moved it.
some like crevice or something, I bet.
And so you want to wait until the ball runs out of static charge, is what you're saying, right?
I want to see if I can do it before everything in this place goes kablooey.
Okay.
Like, if it feels like it's not going to be in time, I'm just going to leave it.
All right. And basically, as your ball begins to get less and less charged, the air starts to become almost unbearable. In fact, Tolgar and Thelonious, you almost can't breathe at this point.
Emlyn, I swear to God.
Emlyn, of course, it doesn't affect because he doesn't breathe anyway because he's dead.
And then please, it's getting a bit difficult to survive. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Tolgar can't breathe either. We can't breathe.
me.
Up on lungs. A thumb for oxygen.
I'm gonna grab Porthentowin's staff from Tolgar and then push them both through the portal and go with them.
Okay, does Tolgar allow you to pull the staff from his massive hand?
Better.
No.
Then if he's not letting go, I would say you're going to have a hard time getting it.
You gotta work for it, buddy.
Are you fucking killed me for that thing?
If I had any air in my lungs, I'd yell at you both, please. Please.
Okay, so you guys will emerge back in the main chamber. Okay, yeah, I've moved you over there. Let's get you back in.
Cool.
We need to destroy this thing.
What thing? Oh.
Because you're basically the tower that you guys are in, which is like this tower of power or something like that Horthan wanted the entire time. You knew that he was being drawn to places of power. He was trying to cultivate something. And obviously, all of these machinations of what he's been up to seems to have somehow been part and parcel of this entire scheme of his. Whether this particular tower is tied to the temple itself, you really don't know at this point. Or whether just the glowing portal that he created just locked on that location. Needless to say, you are back in this chamber with a big, heavy iron chest that contains 3 boxes inside of it.
Does the air around here feel the same as the temple, or is it?
No, it feels fine here.
Okay. Tolgar,
this is not the same.
I need to make sure that staff is in fact what we were both after. Can I please have it?
I'm gonna look at it and say it looks good.
That's as much as you're gonna get out of Tolgar.
Come on, Tolgar.
It is good.
It is good.
You will not hand it over.
You gonna run away?
I told you I would not run away.
All right. If you turn your back, I will take this sword and shove it up here.
Shove it up.
All right, I'm gonna hand you the staff to take a look at.
Well, you do indeed have a very nice, ornately carved staff, but the gem on top of it ain't the one that you laid hands on many, many years ago. It is not. This is not the gem you're looking for.
So I'm immediately gonna be interested in the box that Tolgar has.
I don't want this anymore. I want something out of the box. Okay,
no, well,
yes,
I'm gonna go when they open it up. See.
And it's a mimic, and he dies.
Oh my god.
It bites his arm, and someone has to cut his arm off to save him, and he dies of blood loss.
No!
Deja vu. Okay. Yeah, so as I said, in the box, in the huge iron chest, there are 3 other boxes that all fit in it perfectly. 2 that are kind of square, about yay big, and 1 that is long and probably no more than about 12 inches wide, but it is about 4.5 foot long. The full length of the entire big iron chest.
Let's open it up and see.
Okay. Do you wish to remove the individual boxes from the thing, or try to open them inside the other box?
I'm gonna leave that up to Kyla.
Open the box! Open the box!
Hey, just open it within the boxes, I guess, right?
Yeah, just do it.
Yes, open it while it's still in the box with the other boxes.
Okay. Kyla, being sensible and smart about such things, very quickly discerns, yeah, that's not possible because the lids have to lift up, and if we don't take them out, there's no room for them to open.
So, remove them from the box and then open the boxes.
And as we're going through this process, I'm just like, you know what I don't understand? How did Porthen know who and how many of us made deals with Isalish?
Shaggy, give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Like, did we like write a book and give it to him?
Hey,
Okay.
Nice.
Remembering back to those years of servitude under Porthan de Wint when you were his mere apprentice, mind reading and shit was his thing. He had a... one of the things that a lot of people would come to him for was to tell if people are telling the truth, to read minds and stuff like that. It's entirely probable that he was like probing you guys and reading your thoughts to understand who you were, what you were, and using it against you.
So I'm just gonna look at Kyla and be like, you know how I can detect the thoughts of people.
So
Yeah, Porthan was that to a much higher degree of practitionership.
was.
Yes, was. And I'm gonna look at Theo. Good job, by the way.
Yeah, the old team effort, of course. We just did our thing.
So what exactly did you do to him with the whole
Or what?
that cage thing? What you?
Jane disappeared.
Age thing? I don't know what he's speaking of. I read him his last rights, I guess. You know, it's a wizard thing. You know, like respect your opponents type of a thing.
Okay. If we insult him, can he still hear us?
No, I don't think so.
Can I do it anyway?
Absolutely, you can. I would love to hear.
He was in really bad shape. He was. He looked awful tired.
He did. He did.
Not quite capable. I don't think that individual was. No. Seems kind of stupid, if you ask me.
Really?
Unfit of using the magic he wielded. I don't know.
Well, are these boxes okay to open, Kyla?
Right, because I obviously know this kind of stuff. I'll look at the box and tell you everything I know about boxes in a second. I'm going to look at the box.
Okay, which, just the main box?
Yeah, I guess I'm just kind of like searching over them to see if there's like any kind of mechanical nonsense or trickery about it.
Alright, a survival skill roll.
Okay. It's not very good, but here we go. There it is.
Doesn't look like it, and as well protected as it was, probably okay. He had a lot of other ways of protecting his box. And if he was that obsessed, why would he have left it in there open already?
Right. So I'm just gonna be like looking it over. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, just look out for the red bits. Any red on there is really dangerous. And I'm just gonna pull one of them out.
Which one? Either of the square ones or the big long one?
I'll pull out the big long one.
Okay.
Careful not to touch any red
Right,
bits.
it's pretty heavy.
Yeah. But I'm pretty strong.
It's no problem for you pulling it out. It's just it's quite a weighty box when you pull it out, letting you know that the contents of it, whatever's inside, must be considerably heavy.
Gonna open it up.
Okie dokie. You open the box up, laying inside, kind of like on a sheet of velvet, like somebody laid a velvet blanket in the box first and laid this inside. Appears to be what looks like a sword. The sword is incredibly shiny, almost annoyingly so. Like looking at it, it reflects back. Any light seems to bounce off and glitter, like it's incredibly well polished. It also looks like it might look slightly translucent, like at times almost think you can see through it. But the handle itself is incredibly ornate. The guard, it's kind of slightly curved outwards. So if you can imagine, the guard is like this, and then the blade comes up through the middle. It's semicircular, doesn't come to a point, it's just nicely, neatly rounded, and has got very fine, delicate runes etched all the way round inside. While the blade is fairly heavy, because of course it's a fairly big sword, it's very delicately made. This is a fine weapon that was used more for fencing and fighting with skill. This is not a brute force weapon by any means.
Dibsies. I'm gonna pull it out of the box.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna take out one of these square boxes and open it, like the one on the right side, I guess.
Okay. Laying inside is a very, very familiar, big, black, purple gem. One that you have had in your possession once upon a time before, Emlyn Sin, and at the last minute lost. It was stolen back from you.
Best. So I'm gonna take it and look at Togar and be like, "We can make your tribe something really special."
Good.
So I'm gonna take that.
What? What are we doing?
Theo, I think you get dibs on the last thing.
And that was the excuse me. Take a look at it. Can I tell what it is?
Tell what is.
You said there's the one last thing in there?
Yeah, it's one last box.
Oh, just the box hasn't been
Yeah,
opened.
no one's
yet,
opened the
so-
box
okay.
yet.
Yeah, all right. I'll go ahead and open it.
Okay.
I thought there's something else in the other chest.
Yep. You lift it and open it up. There is a stone hand that runs from about here to here. The hand is kind of poised like this. And on the index finger is a ring. The stone hand is probably nothing more than just hold the damn ring.
Whose hand is that?
But it is a eloquently carved hand with a ring sitting upon its finger.
Don't put that ring on, it'll turn your hand to stone.
I don't think that's the way it works. So I'm going to take the ring off the finger.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Identify on it.
All right.
I will pop up.
Now this is the finale, so this pretty much will bring us to the end of this adventure once you guys find out what you've got.
Okay,
All right.
there it is.
So yeah, you absolutely will know what this is, and you'll know how many charges it has. It has a single charge left, but you being the sort of person that craves power, that's what drives you. You guys noticeably begin to see him start to quake, and his lip starts to quiver, and he gets all like overly excited.
Oh no.
Could it be? Could it be? Do you wish to reveal what it is to the rest of the party, or do you wish me to send it to you privately?
No! Are you kidding? Ring of
Well, hey,
Souls.
unfortunately it's an identify spell. It doesn't mean that everybody gets a
I
resounding.
swear to God, Snugs.
Snugs, if you
Now
do
that
this to
doesn't
us,
mean
man,
doesn't
ow.
mean he can't tell you out of game after the fact, but in character, I want to know what.
Oh my God.
Well, I know in character what I would do, but I don't know if I actually want to do that.
I guess the question is, do you want chat to be hateful of you?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
you
Is
know
like I'm
what?
talking about in character.
Oh, okay.
Well, in character, of course, I wouldn't tell everyone. But,
Okay.
but I still want everyone to know. That's a better. I feel like that's better. A better story. So
Well,
yes,
we made a deal in game.
like
So
in
you are
character
going to
that
tell
it's
the
yours.
players what it is?
Yourself.
You're going to tell the
Mutter
party?
it to yourself
Or
very
not tell the
quietly
party?
so we can't hear.
yeah, I'd tell the party. That's better.
Yeah,
Okay.
we-
That's just better. I'm not gonna.
So Osmer is almost right.
That's what I thought.
Hmm.
Except it does not only have one charge left, it has two. It is indeed a ring of wishes, and it contains two wishes. Which for a power-hungry mage like you is just about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Damn.
I put it right around my finger.
Okay.
And just-
Write it on your sheet. It's a ring of two wishes.
Now, are you over-attuned? Mm.
Oh, it doesn't mean he can necessarily use it right now, but I'm sure that he can throw
I'm
the
just
fuck
messing
out of
with it.
something else.
I wish I had no bones.
I wish I had your bones.
Emlyn
But I
could be a
do wish
real
for
boy
1,000 scones. They're my
Technically,
two
yeah.
wishes. None.
You could
I wish
indeed
my
do
bones
that.
would scone.
Scones. I wish I had scones for bones. Sorry, what?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Well, let's find out what the sword is too. At least, I mean, that close it out, right?
Yes. Find out what the sword is, indeed.
Okay. I'm stabbing Thelonious. No.
Probably
Yes, it
something
actually
like-
does. stab.
Use one of your wishes to find out what the sword does.
Oh, good idea. Not to use the level 1 spell I have.
Oh, I wish I had you earlier.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Identify on the sword as well. Then
Okay.
I got spell slots to burn here.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So, that. Let's see. I can get pull the full thing up. All right. It is a sword of sharpness.
Oh.
Sword of sharpness. Basically, when you attack an object with the magical sword and hit, it maximizes the damage that you roll. So when you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack, it does an additional 4d6 slashing damage.
Damn.
Then roll another d20.
Jeez.
If you roll a 20 on top of that, it lops off a limb or something like that. In addition, you can speak the sword's command word to cause the blade to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. Speaking the command word again or sheathing the sword will put out the light.
Kyla definitely needs that.
Yeah, that's actually that's a very Kyler-ish appropriate weapon.
Yeah. No,
And Emlyn. What will this gem do for my tribe?
Good things.
Explain it to me once again.
Well, there's a ritual I could do, much like the other one with the, well, you remember the baby. That primed
Remember
your
when we
people,
murdered that
remember?
small innocent baby? It's kind of
Yeah.
like that. Good things.
We primed the tribe's people to welcome magical or arcane power. This will further that end. Make your people not just savage barbarians, but
Ah,
possibly
yes.
magically inclined savage barbarians. At least that's the
So we can finally pull our own bunnies out of our own hats.
Gotta mean that.
savagely, yes.
And destroy everybody with our magic spells.
I would go that far, but yes, that's the idea.
And become the one true tribe of Arconis and take over everything.
Sure. Yes, the Scarbloods. Taking back the fields of battle.
With rabbits.
From hats.
Right? Is there
Well,
anything
now we
else
have
that
to-
you want to identify while we're here, so you can write it down and stuff?
Is there anything left that we
something
haven't?
I guess you could
There's
do the
Porthan
gem.
DeWitt's staff. There is the ring that Porthan DeWitt had on his finger.
All of it.
Yeah,
And then there's the gem that
I had all my identity.
And there is your gem if you actually want them to identify that.
Sure, maybe for my posterity's sake.
Yeah, I
Alright,
had all my level 1 spells.
Okay,
open.
so Porthan's ring that he was wearing is a ring of protection, +3. So wearing
could
that
actually
gives
use
you
that.
3 points of AC. Pretty simple,
That's
but
great.
very effective.
That's needed by multiple of us, but
Yeah, who's gonna get that?
me, my armor class is 14 and my max hit points is 50.
My
I
armor
wish-
class is 14 as well.
I wish
Actually,
it
my
to
Your
be
max
starting-
hit points are.
I wish it to be mine.
You wish it to be yours? That's such
No,
a.
that's the worst.
You
Such a
see, now
waste
this
of a
is where
wish.
I could be an absolute asshole and say, because we're always in character,
Oh,
you
I
just
was
did that.
kidding.
Oh,
I wish that didn't happen.
dude.
All right, well, what
Yeah,
about,
zero
what
wishes.
about
That was your one.
No,
That was your
right.
one. You get that one for free. Next time I'm gonna. Next time you're if you say that, if you say I wish while wearing that ring, it counts.
what does the staff do?
I was about to get to that.
All right, yeah. It's just...
Alrighty. Okay. Here we are. Okay, so you have... Which kind of, there it is.
Thelonious, might I have a suggestion?
Yeah. Okay, so it's a Staff of Withering. The staff has 3 charges and regains 1d3 charges daily at dawn. The staff could be wielded as a magical quarterstaff. On a hit, it deals damage as a normal quarterstaff, and you can expend a charge to deal 2d10 necrotic damage to the target. In addition, the target must succeed a DC 15 Constitution save or have disadvantage for an hour on any ability check or saving throw that uses Strength or Constitution. He would have liked to have thumped Tolgar with that, but he didn't really
I was thinking.
have the opportunity to.
So you said it's a staff of
You did against
wizarding?
Withering.
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 Wizarding.
Wizarding. The wizard staff of wizarding wizard spells. Wizards.
So I'm actually going to look to Kyla, and I'm going to be like, I will make you a deal.
Ooh.
I take the staff of withering. You take my staff of charming. Because you like to lure people out to kill them, you could use this to your effect.
I'm just looking at Thelonious right now.
And then, I take the ring of protection.
Okay, you're going to have to talk to the guy there holding his...
You got a ring of wishes, Theo. Shut the fuck up.
But think about this: you could this staff of charming could be your walking stick, and you could use it to help lure
What are you
people
the
out.
other walking stick? Oh God! Insulting!
Now, I need you to understand something quite clearly.
Yes.
While it has been in my best interest to absolutely lie about who I am and, murder people off in the woods and convince rich people that their lives are meaningful and they deserve protection, insurance. It's never been my goal to retire in insurance, as it were.
Okay. English.
You misunderstand my life ambition here was to basically kill poor Thandawind for the past however long it's been. And now that I'm quite well off from this, I don't really have much a desire to...
Oh, yeah, you also, there was a boatload of cash that you had up in here as well before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much a need for me to drag people into the woods with a walking stick, as it were.
Okay.
However, not dying sounds nice, and I could use some more of that. Which was perhaps my suggestion for you, Thelonious. Why not, I don't know the limitations of your device there, but if I were you, I'd return to my youth.
I have no want for that. Youth did me no good.
Yeah, but then you can just do it again and do yourself better.
I'm rather like I'm very body positive, actually. I'm quite fond of this form. I can use.
I kill Thelonious and take the ring.
many times.
I also kill Thelonious and also let Tolgar take the ring because at least we won't have a
Tolgar
stupid
says,
actor for it.
I wish I was... Oh, yeah, Theo would be like, I wish I was somewhere else where they can't attack me. And then he's there all by himself where no one can ever attack him.
But he'd have to
And a
react
year or two
fast
later,
enough.
he gets so tired, he goes, I'm so lonely, I wish my friends were here.
and then you kill me.
And now no one can go anywhere, you're stuck there forever. Okay, so make your attack roll, Jane.
Yeah, are we doing this? Killing Thelonious? Can we
Wait,
kill
no,
I'm
we're not
asking,
really doing this, are we?
Are you actually attacking Thelonious, or are you joking?
Well, now I'm considering it.
This world has too many wizards.
No, come on, we just finished a campaign of people. Let's not do this now, please.
I already killed one of my friends.
But he's not gonna come back, is he?
I'm not. Because if I didn't fully kill him, he would just wish for me to be dead. So, no, I'm not.
And I have like 500 hit points left, so
If
just
we were
FYI.
to,
That's what he just wished for. Wish I had 500 hit points.
Here's where I'm gonna leave it.
That's not
We have,
metaphor.
like a long journey we might be going on together. Tolgar is gonna consider it heavily the entire time on if he's gonna kill Thelonious or not.
Fair.
He's not gonna say it.
This is why I told you shouldn't have told them. Shouldn't have told
Yeah,
them.
because now he knows. Now he knows that he could take that ring.
Now they're gonna covet it. They're
Right.
gonna covet it from you forevermore.
Speaking
Okay,
of which,
the last thing is the black thing.
yes.
Okay, and this is where we're going to basically, incidentally, before I go to that, because I'm going to end on that thing, there is a perfectly good tower here.
Of power.
Of power. If you have any assertions or designs upon it, let me know. Because you have indeed killed half the town that support the tower.
Oh, that's right.
There are not many people that could really probably oppose you at this point of ownership for the tower. But
There's also demons everywhere, though. That's a problem.
you may have to put a little bit of demon hunting time in to clear up the woods around and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know. But hey.
That's not that bad.
But that's a thing for you guys to discuss in downtime or as part of the after show that we're going to do in a week or so. So, where we're going to end on is, so do you want Thelonious to cast Identify on your
Yeah.
rock?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and Thelonious, you're basically using the same thing. You're going to kind of let everybody know what you find.
Sure.
Well, as excited as he was when he found the ring that contained the powerful wish magic, instead of getting a giddy, he gets a bizarre, terrified look.
I smile.
You have never sensed anything so evil in your life, Thelonious.
Oh my
If
God.
evil was a thing, if evil was a physical thing, this would be a part of it. Whatever this is the pure sustenance, the pure form of evil in manifested shape, in manifested physical form. Nothing good can come of this thing. Nothing good.
Yeah, toss it over here.
But clearly you can tell that Emlyn is it's like, even with his void of emotion, you know that his reasoning for wanting it can't be anything of a personal thing anymore. It can't be anything of a excitement or desire. But when you look at this thing, and then you look at Emlyn, there's something incredibly worrying and disturbing about these two things being in the same place at the same time.
Put
And
it on
that
my
is where we're
pants.
going to end this campaign of Rise
Tolgar kisses
of
Emlyn. Okay.
the Fallen. Okay, you take necrotic damage, sucks your life out, you're dead.
Oh, he has that power? And he hasn't been using it?
Oh, yeah, well, he didn't know. No one's ever kissed him.
I didn't know.
Yep. So there we go. So that is where we're going to wrap this up. The end of Rise of the Fallen. So as you guys know, we always do an after show, which is an episode where we pull the curtain back, we talk about everything, give you NPC motivations, spoilers. The characters can talk, players can talk about their characters. We can throw a few things about what they might want to do with these characters in the future, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we also have something very different with this particular campaign, because all of our moderators are putting together like a little award show. So, because we've got to get that done, we're normally, this particular campaign, Thursdays, normally we run Thousand Blossom Secret, which is a different campaign altogether. This typically is the Monday night campaign, what you just saw. So Mondays, we'll have a brand new campaign starting very, very soon. Before that starts, we have an after show. So to give our mods and us time to go over everything, there won't be a show this Monday because we're going to be using that time to get ready for the after party show the following Monday. That gives you guys and mods a whole week to kind of work on that, and we can communicate and talk and find out exactly what you guys want to do. Then we'll have that. Thursdays we'll be continuing with 1,000 Blossom Secret. What date did I tell you, Jane? Probably for the start? July?
Around the 14th or 15th or something.
Let's see.
15th.
So either the 8th or the 15th will be the start of... Probably the 15th will be the start of our new campaign. So we're not going to tell you anything about that right now. I will tell you there are a couple of things that are going to happen. A few different things.
We're all babies.
Fall of the Rising.
Fall of the Rising, that's right. It will not be these characters.
We're playing as toddlers.
It will be going back to... we're starting a...
Little Renaissance.
Little Renaissance, right. If you've been following the show for a long time, 4.5 years, our old, what we call flagship characters, those are the characters that have been returned to numerous times, are Radovan, Heliana, Raisa, Marlowe. They're pretty high up in level, and we don't have a whole lot more play in those guys. We do have some more play in them, but not yet. These are on their second trip around. These characters are the end of their second campaign, so we probably will see these again. Especially now they've got cool tools. They'd probably crucify me if I didn't give them an option to actually use them. But we are going to be launching some brand new flagship characters, which means characters that will all start back at level 1, and for the first campaign you will see them grow, and probably again, we never typically do 2 campaigns with the same characters back to front, because, you know, you want to change. But you can expect, if they survive the first campaign, to probably have them revisited a few times in the future. We'll tell you a little bit more about that when we do the after show. Hopefully we will have some teaser information for you and things like that for then. I won't promise it, but maybe if I can get it all done, if we have time, we might possibly have the intro video ready. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Jane on that, because I'm not going to write checks that her body might have to cash. I can get the audio done, but...
Wait, what?
What the
What I mean is, I'm not going to say the video will be ready when
My
Jane is the
body
one that's going to be
cashing
making the
anything.
video. I'm not writing checks that her body has to cash. That's an expression, you know.
Wait a second.
So, but we may have, so we'll see.